Let's go Spuds.
Spuds move on to state tournament competition. Snap is back, the kick is on its way up, and the kick is good. The arms are up, and the Spuds have won.
As you can see, we are working with four of the, well, and you count the number 5 guy in this quintuplet of people here. We have a pretty good group of hockey fans, hockey players, and hockey people that have made Moorhead hockey what it has become. And Corey, we're including you in all of this because I can't help but remember down in St. Cloud when that championship game was being played, this strange looking person in the front row dressed in orange paint and blue and black and all kinds of things, jumping up and down and getting all the fans. Little did I know my daughter would end up with him. I had no idea about that at the time. I don't know what would happen had I known. I imagine we would have had a good long talk about the whole thing. Anyway, you're a part of this group is, we've got 4 guys in front of you who, you consider your best of friends. And so I guess when we think Moorhead hockey, the first thought that comes to me is 1994 and that section championship game. And I think we'll start down. The game was decided in the 4th overtime. And Rob Grammer, when you saw that puck was going to go in the net and you had been there to redirect it in, what was your thought? What were you thinking at the time?
Well, thank goodness. I think, what was interesting is that wasn't probably one of my best games if you go back through and watch the film, and we'll get to see it coming up on Spuds TV, but there was plenty of mistakes happening in that game, and it would have, historically, we would have looked back on it a lot differently for number 3 if I had not scored that goal. So personally, it was great, and then for the team to go back to St. Paul, it was awesome.
And Jeremy, when you were at the other end and watching play develop at the other end, what were your thoughts? How did you see things develop?
Well, I was just, I think the only thought I had in my head was finally this thing's over. We get to celebrate and we're heading to St. Paul, and it was a fun skate to the far end, opposite corner, a big dog pile.
That's what every goaltender wants, is that big dog pile. Isn't that right?
Well, I think every goalie in Moorhead would like to have the dog pile on top of him once at the X, but we haven't done that yet. But it is fun. It's fun to be part of that dog pile, and it was a great memory.
And Ryan, where were you on the ice at the time of that game-winning goal?
I think I was just coming on the ice from a shift change. I think there was a turnover just outside Elk River's blue line, and I think the line that was out there came off, and Robbie picked up the puck and made a really nice move along the boards, and obviously went in and scored. And I followed him to the corner, and it just so happened that dog pile, that celebration, was right below our student section. It was kind of fitting how that ended up.
And Josh, how do you remember that last goal?
Well, when we went out there in between the 3rd and 4th overtime, they had resurfaced the ice, and it was kind of a long break. And in the locker room, I started stretching because I was kind of cramping up a little bit. And every time I'd get on the ice and push off, water would shoot out my skates because they were so soaked from all the sweat. And got out on the ice, started to cramp up really bad, so I actually went off. So Ryan, John Haberlack, and I actually didn't start that overtime. I remember I was laying down, and Michelle Wiedrich was stretching me out, and all of a sudden they said, "Hey, there's a line switch," and all of a sudden I hopped up and jumped out on the ice and got about 5 feet onto the ice and looked up, and Rob had just scored, and so I was probably the 3rd guy on the pile. So it was a pretty great experience, and luckily it didn't go any further because I don't know if I'd have been able to play much longer.
Did any of you anticipate or foresee that game resulting in a championship type of contest? Jeremy, can you give us your answer on that?
Well, I think we all had a pretty good idea going into it that it was basically the number 1 team, Elk River. I don't think they had lost all year against us, so we had 2 losses, and every time we had played them before, and probably not every time, but most of the times the game had gone to overtime. The previous year we played them in the state third place game. I think it went to 2 overtimes that game. So there's a big history in high school and bantams of overtime games with those guys. So we knew it was going to come down to 1 goal at the end.
And Ryan, one thing we kind of forget about is the fact that this is when teams play at the high school level. It's not the first time you've played against these people. It goes back into youth hockey, and the development of the rivalry starts there.
Well, I don't want to speak statistics, but it feels like every time we played Elk River growing up, the game went into overtime. At some point, somewhere, somehow, every time we played them, whether it was first year, second year, it didn't really matter. The 2 programs were so identical and so well matched up against each other that anytime the 2 programs played at our age level, it turned out to be a great hockey game.
And Josh, do you remember anything about any of the youth hockey games that you played with Elk River and how this rivalry developed?
I do. Actually, the very first game that we ever played them was a tournament up in Grand Rapids, and we ended up beating them in overtime and ended up winning the tournament. And then we ended up seeing them again later on in the year, and it went into overtime again. So the first 2 times we ever played them as peewees, we went to overtime, and it just continued through Bantams and twice again in high school. So it was a great rivalry.
Rob, do you remember meeting any of these players later on after high school days and maybe even after college days and reminiscing with these games in mind, rather, and maybe even becoming somewhat better acquainted with these players?
It was one of those games that was kind of timeless, where there's a lot of people around the state interested in the game. It was 1 versus 3, which we've covered. They were undefeated. We had 2 losses, and a lot of players that people recognized on both sides. And so you get a lot of people talking about the game throughout the years. And when you meet the players on the other side, they had a similar experience where, of course, they were on the wrong end of it, and it isn't as nice of a memory for them. But it was certainly a game that you talk about. Matt Bailey, Reg Simon, Woody Glines, those guys, you run into them, you talk to them, you have that shared moment in time of this iconic high school section final that you got to play in together against each other and share some of the stories of what happened. And probably the one that sticks out in my mind running into those guys is they will never admit that it was a good goal that ended the game. They say I got lucky and it was pretty fluky. So always good to see those guys, though, and certainly reminisce about it.
Do you remind them, though, that it did go in?
Absolutely, yeah.
Something that sticks out with me and going into that game was you've talked about the hype and all the excitement about it, but that place was full. That was jam-packed full, and I think part of it had to do with the fact that it was a new or relatively new arena, and to have such a game, a climactic game to take place, that's what had people talking about it, besides it was number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, National Hockey Center is a great, relatively new facility at the time. Centrally located within Minnesota, very close to Elk River, and as close as it gets for Moorhead. So we both had home fan bases coming, and a lot of interest from around the state, and accessible because of the centrality of the location. It was an awesome environment. I mean, turning people away at the door trying to get in to watch that game, it was pretty electric.
And Corey, it seemed to me that at the end of the 3rd period, as they were getting ready for the 4th, all the excitement and electricity, I won't say that it had vanished, but it had taken a back seat because everybody was so tired. They had absolutely cheered themselves out.
Well, yeah, the guys, they talk about, how tired they were in between overtimes and everything like that. And I really don't have any sympathy for them. It's, as fans, we were exhausted too. I mean, that flag didn't wave itself. I had to do that. And we persevered and we kept it going. And that was, we got her done.
You walked out with a win in that one, and the Spuds moved on to state tournament play in 1994. And this was before XL Energy Center. This was at the old St. Paul Civic, and a good place in its own right. I thought it was a great place to be and watch a hockey game. For Josh, do you remember particularly going into that arena?
Yeah, the big thing about the Civic Center was the clear boards, and that was everyone's goal, was to get to the St. Paul Civic Center and get to play in the clear boards. And it was just an unbelievable experience. And for us that year, we were lucky to get by Elk River in 4 overtimes. And then after beating them, down, you go to the state tournament. And, we were kind of one of the favorites. Us and Bloomington Jefferson were the top 2 remaining teams left in the state. And of course, we ended up making it to the finals one more time, but just came up a little short again. But yeah, the Civic Center was a blast with the clear boards and just the total experience back then.
Ryan, if I recall right, the first team in the quarterfinal rounds was White Bear Lake. Am I right on that?
We played White Bear Lake, and again, it was a good game. I think we were actually down 3-2 going into the 3rd period, and we found a way to come back and beat a very good White Bear Lake team in the quarters.
When people talk about Moorhead hockey and having a tough time winning that championship game, imagine being White Bear Lake and never being able to win the first game of a state tournament. Well, how does that ride?
Things can always be worse.
Jeremy, what was your thought on that? Now you got White Bear Lake out of the way, and up next.
Yeah, it was
South
St.
St. Paul.
We played South St. Paul in the semifinals. A team that I don't think we played a whole lot growing up or in high school or anything for that matter. So I don't remember knowing a lot about them. But again, it was another close game. I think we scored a couple goals in the 3rd period to pull it out and move on to the championship.
We've talked a little bit about the championship game already, but Rob, do you remember anything specifically about games leading up to the state championship game with Bloomington Jefferson?
Yeah, they in Bantams, they beat us in the state championship game. Sophomore year, they beat us in the state championship game. Junior year, they beat us in the holiday tournament championship game. Senior year, they beat us in the holiday tournament championship game. We got beat a lot. That's what I remember. and we didn't want to get beat again. Like the powder blue still gives us nightmares. I'd say I speak for the group when I say
when
that.
That game ended, it marked the 3rd straight state championship for Bloomington Jefferson. They went through a stretch of time there in the mid-90s that has not been duplicated, I think, by anybody in the state of Minnesota as far as state hockey tournaments or games are concerned. Now, as your season came to an end and your career at high school level came to an end, let's start with you, Rob. And where did you play next, and what have you ended up being as a life earner?
Yeah, so in terms of hockey, I went to play junior hockey in the USHL. Played for Waterloo my first year. And you talk about meeting up with old rivals or people that you played against or with throughout the years. And I had a couple on that team, a kid from Hill Murray named Jeff Blossom I played with in Waterloo. So it was always fun playing with the Minnesota boys in junior hockey. My second year I played in Fargo for the FM Bears. I got traded home and played with a couple of White Bear Lake guys, Jesse Rooney and Scott Meyer, speaking of White Bear Lake. And we got to share a lot of fun stories about how we beat White Bear Lake in the quarterfinals and they couldn't quite get out of the quarterfinals, and they still haven't. So I did that. I went on to North Dakota, played at North Dakota for a year, and then transferred home and finished up my hockey in college education at Concordia College in Moorhead.
And Jeremy, how about you?
Yeah, after high school, I played hockey at the Air Force Academy for 1 year, and then wasn't loving life out there, so I came back home and hung up the skates and graduated from Moorhead State. And now I'm working in town here and coaching hockey and heavily involved on the hockey side with my oldest and youngest kid and just enjoying it.
Every one of you four, and with Corey included in that, has been involved with family once their kids have reached hockey age. And that age continues here with Ryan Kraft now back in Moorhead as well. Tell us what happened with your life after Moorhead.
I played 4 years at the University of Minnesota, and then I went on to professional hockey. Started in the East Coast Hockey League, worked my way up to the American Hockey League. Got a few games of San Jose in the NHL, and then I spent 5 years over in Germany. So when hockey was over, I really didn't know what to do. I knew that I needed to be involved in hockey somehow, some way. And that's when the proposition from a lady, her name's Diane Ness, came along and asked if I wanted to get involved in skating and skills. And I've been doing that ever since, on the ice with kids, with teams, various associations, and it's been extremely rewarding.
And Josh, too, has been involved with hockey at the youth level. And tell us a little bit about your life after Spud time.
Well, after senior year, went to play hockey at the University of Minnesota Duluth. Played there for 2.5 years, and then decided to come back home and played a 1.5 years at Concordia and graduated from Concordia in 1998. After that, worked for a year down in the cities, and then came back and started working with my dad and the insurance, our family insurance agency. And since then, I've taken it over and now work there, and then also I'm the assistant hockey director now, as Bear is the hockey director and Rob is the executive director. So back working with the kids at Moorhead Youth Hockey, and I have 3 boys that are all in the program right now, so helping coach them and getting them through.
One last question. We'll leave it with you, Josh, as we ask for your opinion or ask for your words on what advice would you give the up-and-coming youngsters as they start their hockey careers?
Well, everyone always says it goes real fast, but that's not a lie. It goes real fast, and enjoy the experience with your friends and your teammates. You'll remember the games, but as you can see, us 5 guys here are still pretty darn close, and that's from growing up together and playing on the same teams together. So just enjoy it as it goes, because it goes by really fast, and enjoy the experience and work hard and have fun.
Ryan?
Same. It is just enjoy the ride, because it's like Josh said, it flies by and it's over before you even realize that it started. And there's not a day that I don't wish I could go back and do it all over again. And not because I have regrets and I would want to do anything differently. It was so much darn fun. And we had a blast together growing up and playing hockey and just creating a whole bunch of memories.
Jeremy,
So
we're going to ask you the same question.
Well, you can tell we all grew up together, because I'm thinking the same thing. It's about working hard and having fun and enjoying it, because it goes fast. And the other guy said the same thing, but really try to enjoy it and just get the most out of it and keep striving to be the best. And it's going to work out for us one of these days.
I think it comes around to you, Rob, too. We've already heard how enjoyable it is as a group of young men growing up through the school system, through the hockey system, to still be able to be good friends at this point. What are your words of advice?
Yeah, stay present in what you're doing. Stay in the moment. If you're a peewee, don't wish that away to become a Bantam. If you're a Bantam, don't wish it away to be a high school player. Just enjoy what you're doing in that moment. Enjoy it with your friends. Enjoy it with the community. And I'm going to point out one thing. Maybe at the end, if you guys make it to the end of this video in this game when it's played, you'll see us celebrating. And we went to the fans. We went to the student section, and Corey was there, and Andy Schmidt and all those guys that led the student section, because we were going to St. Paul to the Civic Center together. And there's nothing that beats that, doing it with your parents, the fans, the students, doing it with your community. Stay present and just enjoy every part of the way.
Big part of this group also, Corey. What are your thoughts?
Well, I clearly can echo everything that these guys are saying, but I have the added benefit of being around a lot of the high school teams now in the different sports through Spuds TV, and they all say the same thing. And having Larry facilitate the roundtable for the 1999 girls basketball game just last week, those girls said the same thing. They remember some of the games and they remember some of the outcomes, but the most important thing is the friendships and the lifelong bonds that you build. So it's a great message to all the youth growing up, is to just cherish this time together.
The legacy of Moorhead hockey started just a few years ahead of this group, but they certainly did everything they could to keep this legacy going and going on strong. Our thanks to Josh Arnold, to Ryan Kraft, to Jeremy Gregoire, to Rob Grammer, to Corey DeLorme. 1994 Section 8 champions, 4 overtimes over Elk River.
Grand Forks. Meanwhile, Elk River has gone unbeaten this year. Their only mar is a tie against Bloomington Jefferson. And Elk River finished as the #1 rated team in the state of Minnesota with 23 wins, no losses, and 1 tie. Both teams feature a Mr. Hockey finalist. For Elk River, it is Woody Glines, a senior, and he centers the front line. For the Spuds, it is Ryan Kraft. He's a right wing on the front line. He is headed for the University of Minnesota. In goal this afternoon, Jeremy Gregoire. 1 goal against allowed, 92.9 save ratio, and a win-loss mark of 16-2. Another look between these two teams. The Spuds have scored 191 goals. Elk River has scored 161. The Spuds and Elk River both have allowed 35 goals throughout the entire season. The Spuds gain the draw to start this championship game. Pete Cullen drops it into the zone. It's picked back by Matt Taus of Elk River. Then it's intercepted. Here's Josh Arnold. Winds up, shoots. Who got the rebound? Shot right on. Rebound tipped to the corner near side. Chased down by Josh Arnold. Backhands it behind the net. Picked up by Ryan Kraft. Circles along the boards near side. Then drops it behind the net, and it rings around far side to the point. Elk River picks it up and heads it up on the left side. Dan Heinold brings it in, drops it back, carries to the corner, centering pass, and was deflected behind the net and comes rink wide. Deflected back up off at Dan Heinold. Not on the near side. A shot put on, deflected in traffic, and the Spuds break out with a pass off the boards. Drop back into the zone. Matt Bailey clears it for Elk River, drops it behind his own net. Spuds playing the body. Ryan Kraft going in and tries to tie it up, and the puck is loose behind the net and ricochets far side. At center ice, Kraft will go out now, and the Spuds will change as they come in on the near side. Circling around, Troy Bagney sends it rink wide. It gets beyond Joel Jameson. His shot from off the boards comes in weakly, deflected against the side of the net. Then to the corner near side, picked up by Matt Cullen. Circling, sending it back out to the point. Corton sends a shot right into the midsection of Eric Day. So the Spuds employing their game plan offensively, and that is to try to put some pressure on Eric Day and get the game's first goal. See how he can respond to the pressure. Elk River has not allowed a goal in 2 tournament games, shutting out Buffalo 9-0 and Fergus Falls 3-0. After the save by Day, face off to his right side. The Spuds now have David Fear, and he'll square up against David Christensen of Elk River, who draws the puck to Troy Ellefson. Carries it behind his net, feeds it left side for Eric Maximenko. On to the boards, it escapes, it comes all the way down, it'll get past the red line, and icing is called. It'll come in behind the net, and we'll go back to the other end. Early going, no score. This to the left of Eric Day, junior goaltender. He's been outstanding in net for Elk River. The Spuds, Jeremy Gregoire at the other end. He has had the benefit of playing in back of a very solid defensive core. The Spuds just do not allow their opponents very many shots on goal. As they make the adjustments, Matt Cullen now will settle in for the Spuds to handle the faceoff. The Spuds in their white jerseys, Elk River in their black with red numbers and trim. Bounced behind the net, then cleared by the Elks. It comes out to center ice, and the Elk River has it 3-on-2. Matt Bailey moving in. His shot is deflected to the corner. Bounces right back to Woody Glines, and it escapes to center. We've got a race for it, and it's picked off by the Elks. Bounced off to the boards near side. Now Troy Bagney catches up to it, feeds it right side. In comes Ryan Frisch. His centering pass right into the teeth of Elk River's defense. Taken away by Matt Cullen. Moving in is Troy Bagney. Circling behind the net, centering pass, nobody home. Then Matt Cullen just did get his hands down and in position. He had his stick upside down. And then finally got it righted to put a weak shot on goal, and it was deflected away. Back out at center. Here's Dan Heinold. Big check put on by Josh Arnold, and the Spuds take it back. Nifty job of stick handling right side. Troy Bagney dumps it in. Off the boards far side. Now the Spuds move in. Nice job defensively by Elk River, and it escapes to the far corner. Bounced out to the point. Here's Rob Grammer. He wants to load it up. Shoots. Rebound in front. Rebound. He scores! Moorhead Spuds break out on top. John Haberlock with a goal at 2:38. John Haberlock opens up the scoring, and the Spuds lead it 1-0. Spuds were able to put on the pressure. Now we'll see how Elk River responds. Face off, Josh Arnold draws it near side. Haberlack dumps it into the Elk River zone. Off to the far side. Picked up by David Christensen. Rob Grammer and Pete Cullen will get assists on that goal by John Haberlack, and the Spuds lead it 1-0. Off to the far side, picked up in the corner. In the Elk River zone, it's dumped out to center, cleared by Pete Cullen. As he tries to maneuver it loose, it's picked off the boards. Stick handling on the near side, then off on the near side, picked up by Maximenko. Moves in, ridden off the play by Grammer. Off to the far corner, Maximenko chases it down, backhands it on, side of the net. Big check put on behind the net, and now Gregoire hanging on, and that stops play. Spuds leading 1-0 with 11:38 to go in the first period. But South Moorhead. Right side of Gregoire, drawn to the boards, picked up by Jason Redfield. Carries it out to center, he goes down. Puck squirts loose, then picked up by Reggie Simons. Drops it back into the Elk River zone, and they break up. Pass on the near side for Rich Anderson, moving in, caught from behind, and he'll go down. Spuds will be down a man as the puck comes loose in front. It's chased to the far side, and with David Fear catching up to it, our first penalty of the afternoon. Spuds opened up the scoring at 2:38. John Haberlack with his 22nd goal of the year. Rob Grammer getting his 33rd assist, and Pete Cullen getting his 19th assist. Spuds will be skating a shorthand. On the penalty this year, the opponent has scored just 5 goals in 67 tries. That's 7.4%. Remarkable statistic on penalty kill for Moorhead. The face off to the right of Gregoire as Matt Cullen stands in. He'll have Joel Jameson and Josh Arnold. Here's a shot off the point, deflected near side. Also Ryan Frisch on the Spud 4. Pass sent rink wide. Cleared off the boards, ridden back in by Matt Bailey, and it's dropped out to the point. The shot from there comes right on, and Gregoire hangs on. Gregoire with a scoop save on a shot from the point. Face-off will be to the right of Gregoire. Moorhead leading 1-0. We've played just over 4 minutes. Elk River is on the power play. Troy Bagney comes on to handle the face-off now. Ryan Frisch skates off. Matt Cullen standing in, draws it back out deep, high at the point, sent near side. Matt Taus lines up a shot, hit the backside, and Gregoire was looking for it. Finally steered it out in front in an anxious moment for the Spuds. Finally, they are able to clear it down ice. So Elk River regroups on the power play. Sent out on the near side, deflected to the boards by Bagney. It comes out to center, then Cullen picks it away. He'll move in 1-on-2, still on his skates. Tries the pass, it's deflected. To the boards near side, it's a 4-on-2 break for Elk River. At center ice, Maximenko feeds it near side, and the pass just long. Bounces in behind the net, ricochets to the far corner. 10:20 to play in the period. Behind the net, Joel Jameson battling for it. 1 minute left on the Elk River power play. Here's a pass near point. Moving in on the left, Eddie Klein sends a shot, it's blocked. Tipped out in front of Jameson, sends it back into the Elk River zone. 49 seconds left on the David Fear penalty. Rink wide pass bounces off. Pete Cullen drops it back in. Bounces off the plexiglass and picked up by Matt Taus of Elk River. Sends it rink wide near side. Off the boards, picked away by Rob Grammer. Elk River is on the change now, and the Spuds will get a freebie. Here comes Grammer. Heads out to center. Long pass deflected in and out of play. It'll go into the crowd on the far corner. That stops play with 9:40 remaining in the period and 24 seconds left on the Elk River power play. Moorhead is leading 1-0 on a John Haberlack goal. Just outside the Elk River blue line. Ryan Kraft is back on. He'll have Haberlack, Pete Cullen, and Rob Grammer to run out this penalty. Here comes Elk River. David Christensen skating in on the right side. Tries a centering pass. A fan on the shot by Reggie Simons. And the pass gets all the way. Here's Ryan Kraft to pick it up. He'll dump it out to center, and it's deflected into the bench area on the far side. Score remains Moorhead 1-0 with 5 seconds remaining on the Elk River power play. Face off to the right of Jeremy Gregoire, who has been tested a couple of times early. On one save, he looked for the puck. It was underneath him. He managed to deflect it out into play where A Spud player was able to get a stick on it and send it down the ice. This coming shorthanded. And now 5 seconds remain. Matt Cullen's line will be on. Rob Grammer, Pete Cullen back on the defense. As Matt Cullen steps in, gains it out to the point, and it's deflected off to the near side. The Spuds will come back to full strength. David Fear skates across the ice. And here's Elk River on the transition. They get a pass out in front, but it's deflected off to the far side. Picked up by Ryan Frisch. He'll bring it out to center. Troy Bagney is on to fill the Spud 5. Along the boards, battled for, wrestling match. Tipped out, Matt Cullen, backhand for Bagney. Tipped loose at the blue line, back into the Elk River zone. 9 minutes to go in the period. Spuds leading 1-0. On the near side pass, Kenny Roth sends it back rink wide and then out to center. On the stick of Brian Molesky, moves in, shot deflected wide and behind the net where the Spuds pick it up. Along the near side, Pete Cullen's pass is intercepted. Moving in on the left side, nice job by Rob Grammer, and the Spuds pick up the loose puck. They'll come out 2-on-2. Here's Ryan Frisch moving it on the right side. He circles, puts it out in front. He had Bagney there and he couldn't reach the puck. Ryan Frisch is sent behind the net, and as the Elk River Elks get a stick on the puck, the whistle blows, and the Spuds will be on the power play. 8:25 remaining. First period action from the National Hockey Center, and a jam-packed full house. 7,000 plus in attendance this afternoon. The face-off to the right of Eric Day. Reggie Simons is off for Elk River. The Spuds power play has been as impressive as their penalty kill team. 38 goals, 72 tries, just about 53% power play opportunity score for Moorhead. Leading 1-0. The face-off in the Elk River zone. To the near side. Off the boards. Bounced out to the point. Here's Joel James. He'll wind it up. Shot sent on. Rebound up into the face and then into the glove of Eric Day, who hangs on. Spuds on a quick shot from Jamison at the point. Looking for the rebound. They had the people in place. Day was able to grab a hold. And again, the face-off to his right side. Jamison will skate off. Pete Cullen comes on to join his line mate, or his defensive mate, Rob Grammer, as Josh Arnold handles the face-off. Draws it back to the point. Pete Cullen sets it up at the blue line, sends a shot. It bounces into the air, ends up behind the net, and squirts off to the far corner. Off the boards, it's picked away. The Spuds have it. On the power play opportunity, Grammer sends a shot on. The rebound again. Eric Day slides it off to the near side, and the Elks come up with it. Put into the air and down the ice. It'll come on goal, and Gregoire will steer it aside for Rob Grammer. 7:52 remaining in the opening period. Moorhead leading 1-0. Back out at center ice. Here's Rob Grammer skating ahead and across the line, carrying it all the way to the corner. Hounded by Troy Ellefson. Grammer leaves it for Ryan Kraft. He'll take it to the far corner, then send it out to Josh Arnold at the point. Feeds it back to Kraft. He'll walk it up the slot. He'll circle around it head on. He lost the puck behind him. He goes down, and the Elks come away with it. Long pass sent on. Again, Gregoire will have to come out. He'll leave it there for Pete Cullen. Spuds on the power play. 7:20 remaining in the period. On the far side, here comes Ryan Kraft circling. His centering pass knocked down. Ends up behind the net. Picked up by Matt Cullen. Feeds it out for Ryan Crush. He'll wind up. Shot deflected by Day. Rebounds to the far corner. Picked up by Jamison of Moorhead. Into the corner it goes. Matt Cullen skates past it. Picked up. Spud centering pass right into and then between the legs of Ryan Frisch and out to center ice. Frisch was right on the doorstep. 26 seconds left on the Moorhead power play. Near side pass intercepted. Here's David Christensen walking in alone, circling the net, and carries it off. He'll send it back out to center. Didn't have a clean shot. Rather than give it up, sent it out to center ice, and the Elks still have possession. Here comes Dan Heinold. Lost it in the corner, then picked away. Loose now, and here's Troy Bagney with it. Time running out. Spuds will not. They'll make this last effort of ice, and then it's swept aside, and Elk River works off the power play. And the Spuds are unable to take advantage, and both teams are back at full strength. Sent out, kicked away by Maximenko. And it rings around to the boards near side. Picked off the corner by Brian Molesky of Elk River. Dropped it in behind Maximenko. Tries to stuff it in. It's deflected by Gregoire. Comes out in front. And it is Ryan Kraft and Josh Arnold. Arnold sends a shot off the side of the net. Rebound Kraft. Out in front. Rebound Corton. Booms a shot in. It hits traffic and bounces to the near side. 5:50 to go in the period. Here's a centering press. Haberlack backhands one in. Hits traffic and bounces to the far side. Maximenko Had it for a moment. Then it's taken back by the Spuds. Now cleared by Reggie Simons. Out to the far corner. Drops it back on the near side, and Benji Deluge comes out to center with it. Big check, and David Fear will bring it in. He's 1-on-4 and quickly gives the puck up. Into the corner, bounced it back out along the boards. Elk River breaks it out to center. Loose for just a moment, then picked up by Rick Anderson. He'll move in, shot right on, and Gregoire steers that one aside. Spuds leading 1-0 as Elk River in the attack zone. 5:11 to go in the opening period. David Fear goes down behind the net. Puck comes out on the near side. Battled for by Jared Bernstrom. Taken to the corner. Fear picks it up, feeds it right side. Here's Rob Grammer with a pass ahead for Jason Redfield. He'll dump it ahead for Bernstrom and gets behind him and comes in wide of the net. Bernstrom quickly down, is tied up, and the puck escapes to the far corner. Popped into the air, comes out at center ice, picked up by Pete Cullen. He'll whistle one in, it bounces off Matt Cullen, who picks it up. He's quickly double-teamed, but reaches down, steers it to the near boards. Picked off the boards by Matt Taus of Elk River. Carries it into the zone, and it's taken back by Moorhead. Ryan Frisch, it's 3-on-3. Frisch comes in near left side, circling around, sending it out in front. It's cleared nicely by Matt Bailey of Elk River to the far boards. Back out at center it comes. Rory Corton picks it away. He'll dump it back into the blue line. Checked off the play, and the Elk River Elks come back with it with a high booming shot by Matt Bailey, or Woody Glines rather, and it comes off to the boards near side. Knocked loose, Spuds pick it up, Rory Corton. Just over 4 minutes to go in the opening period, and it's taken away by Glines. And a shot just wide, missed the corner, and it is bounced off to the near side. Spuds got caught on a mishap, and Elk River, with their speed, able to pick off the puck and move in for a shot that just missed the pipe. Here comes Maximenko. His pass behind, and it escapes to the far side. It trickles into the corner. Picked up Rob Grammer. Tries to backhand it loose. Cleared now by David Christensen. He goes down. Spuds take it back. Here's Rob Grammer on the far side. Feeds it ahead. Josh Arnold brings it in. It's all alone. Arnold shoots and scores! Spuds have made it 2-0. Josh Arnold and Ryan Kraft. And it was a mismatch as they got across the blue line and went in on Eric Day. Josh Arnold with the goal to make it 2-0. We'll wait for the official scoring. But Kraft and Arnold moving in on Eric Day, and the Spuds have grabbed a 2-0 advantage. Here comes the announcement of the goal. Here come the Spuds. Ryan Kraft moving in. Shot right on. Rebound out in front. Tipped into the air, and it comes out to center. Well, they'll give the assist to Rob Grammer. Grammer with the assist. Josh Arnold on the goal. 35 goals on the year for Josh Arnold. Grammer with his second assist of the day. 34th of the season. Here comes Elk River at center ice. Moving in near side. Rich Anderson still handling it. Drops it out, and it's taken back by Troy Bagney. He'll carry it in along the board. Shot to Matt Cullen. Booms one just wide. Rebound at the point. Tipped behind the net. Ricochets down. Matt Cullen picks it up and steers it back out to the point. It's through the point and out to center. Cleared on the near side by Matt Bailey. Taken back by Joel Jamieson. Feeds it wide, and then escapes to the far side. 2.5 to play. First period. Spuds 2-0. Behind the net, Matt Cullen bounces it off the boards. Rory Corton picks it up at the point. Sends it on. Deflection just missed. It was right on the stick of Troy Bagney, and his deflection just missed the post. Back it comes to center ice, and the Elks have it. Near side pass, then taken back by Bagney. Drops it ahead. It comes into the zone. Rory Corton will pick it up from Moorhead. Tied up in the boards. Corton lost control of the puck, and then Josh Arnold comes in to tie up the play of Dan Heinold, and it escapes to the far boards. Knocked in behind the net. 2 minutes to go in the period. Spuds with a 2-0 lead on Elk River. Dropped out to center. Sent off the skates. Back into the zone. Now Elk River. Maximenko moving in. Gregoire save. Rebound save. Rebound picked off to the near side. Off the boards, and the Spuds take it back. Jeremy Gregoire with 2 great saves on wide open shots by the Elks. Off to the boards far side. Tipped in Pete Cullen has it for a moment, then he's on his knees trying to take control. He's upended by David Christensen. The Elks come out with it, a bounce out in front, and it's taken away by Ryan Kraft. He'll come out 1-on-2. Spuds are on the change, and Kraft is alone. He'll bring it all the way to the end boards. He is ridden down from behind as Kenny Rolfe takes it away. It squirts off to the far side, and Matt Cullen picks it up. His pass out to Pete Cullen comes off his stick. It bounces out to center ice. He drops it back in. Spuds are onside, and the play continues. With 1 minute to go in the period, Elk River trying to break out of their own zone. Down 2-0. At the point, a long shot sent on icing as called will come back. 51 seconds remaining in the opening period. Moorhead leading 2-0. McCall in the Elk River zone, right side of Eric Day. We'll do it again. Matt Cullen got into a bit of a foot dance with Dan Hinote. And as the puck went down, the whistle blew, and we'll get two new centermen in. Just to the right side of Eric Day. Well, Cullen will step back in. Matt Cullen, Jr. And it's drawn to the near side, a race for it. Troy Bagney gets there, leaves it behind the net. Cullen goes down. He may have been upended. And it squirts behind him and off to the boards near side. 38 seconds to go. Pass intercepted. And the pass ahead to Matt Cullen. Taken away from him and back out to center. Hinote upended. The puck comes into the air. Skated off on the near side. Troy Bagney has it for a moment. Then lost it to the corner. Battled for it. Tipped out to the point. Shot sent on. Deflected by Gregoire and out of play. Reggie Simons with a shot from the point. Gregoire got a stick on it and bounced it behind him. 18 seconds left in the period. Face off to the left of Jeremy Gregoire. Moorhead with a 2-0 lead on goals from John Haberlack and Josh Arnold. Standing in is Woody Glines. And for the Spuds, Josh Arnold. Arnold draws it back. It hits the official skates. Then it's picked up by Jameson and drops it out to center. Wind up in the shot from there. Hits the glove and bounces over the top into the near side. He looked like a first baseman going up for a throw that fluttered just a bit. And it bounces away, and the horn sounds, ending the first period of play. So the Spuds doing what they wanted to offensively, and that was to get to Eric Day early. With a couple of goals after the first period, it's Moorhead 2 and Elk River nothing. To see them and compare their qualities.
Well, you know, I might be a little more biased, obviously, but I like Ryan Kraft because I think he's a, you know, for Mr. Hockey, he's a typical player of that, where he comes across grade-wise, academically he's very strong, and plus he's a quality kid, he's a great leader, he's a good student, and, you know, I'd have to say he's pretty high up there. Nothing against Woody Glines, but, you know, what's interesting is a lot of people don't get a chance to see Elk River play that much either. It's like, even though they're close to Minneapolis, they're still a long ways away, where a lot of guys don't get a chance to go up there and see him, and I think it's really going to be between Ryan Kraft and Mike Crowley and Jason Godbout from Hill Murray. I think that's going to be the critical part.
Let's find out a little bit more about Dave Morinville and what you've been doing in the past few years, where you've had a successful stint at Fargo at North, where you took the teams to state tournaments. You were a successful coach with the Bison hockey team, and then went on into the pro ranks. You've just come back from the Olympics, we understand. That had to be quite an experience.
A lot of walking, and it was definitely cold. I mean, when that sun went down, you knew you were in winter wonderland. But it was fun to be there. It was neat to see those teams, and you know, as being you're an old coach, you go over there and you're
not that old.
But you go over there and you evaluate the players, but also you're looking at systems, because every team, every country has a different system, and so I learned an awful lot by going over there and seeing that, and it was great. I went to the Alpine and saw Tommy Moe in that, and so it was fun to be there. I mean, it's an interesting experience, and the Norwegian people were just unbelievably friendly to help out. I mean, so it was fun. I wish the USA team would have been a little bit better, because I coached some of those kids and knew some of them very well, and it's tough to see, but it's such a fine line in that Olympic Games with the USA team, where the first team to the eighth team, it's a fine line. And just a couple critical things that happened against the U.S. They ended up playing Finland, which was a very, very good team and was on a heck of a roll. So it was, I wish they would have done better.
One more quick comment on this afternoon's game. Second period action coming up and the third period following. What are the keys for Elk River to get back into it?
Well, I think Elk River is just going to have to try to get a lot of shots on goal. And they're having a tough time breaking it out against Moorhead. And I think they're going to have to change something and, try to get Moorhead caught. And Moorhead, to me, was very, very impressive. It was critical for a while there, though, that Moorhead scored that second goal because I thought the momentum was very even. It was good action going back and forth. And so that second goal was really huge, and I think that for Elk River, I think they're going to need a goal just to get some confidence going in themselves. And if they get a goal, then that could be, give them more momentum to get excited about. Maybe they can beat this team.
We're at that point of the game where the next goal scored is a very big goal.
Very big. I mean, these leads right here can be very misdeceiving in some ways because you look at it, it's 2-0 and you think, well, Moorhead's up by 2 goals. But that one goal, the next one comes very fast and you got a tie game. And that's why if Moorhead can get this next goal, boy, it could be some not easy sailing, but it'd be a lot easier. And I really hope they go to it.
Dave, thanks very much. We appreciate visiting with you.
Good to see you, and I hope to see you next weekend down at the St. Paul Civic Center, Larry.
We'll be there. Thanks again. Dave Bourneville has been with us, Moorhead native, now working with the Ottawa Senators in the National Hockey League. At the end of the first period, the Moorhead Spuds have a 2-0 lead on Elk River. We'll be back and recap our scoring after this. Right side, Eric Day. 2-0 Moorhead as we head into the second period of play. Matt Cullen steps in. He'll have Troy Bagney and draws it back. It's picked off, and Bagney steers it ahead for Cullen. Moving in on the left side, his shot is deflected away by Matt Taus, and it comes out to center ice. Dumped back in, and we've got a whistle stopping play with the offside pass. Just underway, second period. They'll take the puck back into the Moorhead zone for the faceoff. It'll be left of Jeremy Gregoire. Matt Cullen ready to stand in. He'll face off with Woody Glines. Glines, a senior and a Mr. Hockey finalist. Matt Cullen, a junior. Battling for position. And the official now visiting with those two centermen. And Matt Cullen has been asked to leave. And that's not the first time that's happened this year. Matt Cullen anticipates the drop of the puck so aggressively that there have been many times where he's not been allowed to complete his duties. Off the drop, comes out to the point, rebounds out in front, and tipped off to the near side. Loose now, and sent back in behind. Picked up by Dan Heinold. Off to the far boards, now Matt Cullen picks it up for Moorhead. He'll bring it in 3-on-2. Cullen skated into the corner. Bounces it off the boards, picks off his own pass, drops it behind him, and it comes out to center ice. The Spuds will come onside. Pass to the left side. It gets past Pete Cullen, popped into the air, picked off by Woody Glines. Carries it to the corner, and he's checked off the play by Troy Bagney. Backhanded into the boards. Josh Arnold there to pick it up for Moorhead. Spuds now have it 2-on-3, and Arnold dumps it into the zone, and the Spuds will make a defensive change from behind the net. Off the backside, Josh Arnold staying on with Haberlock and Kraft. And now Rory Corton and Joel Jamieson on defensively. And Jamieson takes it back, puts it back out to center. It gets through. It'll come down the ice. Icing is called on Moorhead. That stops play with 13:51 remaining in the second period. LD Auto Electric at 233-8673. With 13:51 to go in the second period, Spuds holding a 2-0 lead. The face-off left of Jeremy Gregoire in the Moorhead zone. Drawn to the boards. Haberlock there to steer it back out. Gets to the blue line. Dumped back in. Taken back by Joel Jamieson. Circling his net. Feeding it up near side for Ryan Kraft. Covered nicely. Gets it out to center ice. Backhanded loose. Near the Elk River blue line. Sent ahead. And off the boards far side. Troy Ellison there to pick it up. Drops it behind the net. And it's picked off there and sent back. Now out to the point. Picked up by Eric Swenson. He'll put a shot out that hits traffic and bounces out to center ice. Swenson there to pick it up and steer it rink wide. Picked up by Reggie Simons. He'll dump it into the zone as Elk River makes a change. In behind the net, Josh Arnold trying to get there. He's ridden off the play. Jamieson comes in to help out and takes the puck, sends it out to center ice. Now on the near boards. Dumped back into the zone by Swenson. Circles the net, gets past Jamieson and loose to the far corner. Now Rich Anderson picks it up for Elk River. Drops it down in front. There's the shot. It's deflected. Jason Redfield got a stick on it, and it bounced up and out of play. Elk River had their offense set up with a pass right out in front, but Redfield got a stick on the puck, and it bounced up and out. So the face-off now to the left of Jeremy Gregoire with a new puck put into play. 12:52 remaining in the second. Spuds with a 2-0 lead on 2 first-period goals. Rich Anderson stepping in for Elk River against David Fear of Moorhead. Draws it to the far boards. Picked loose. Fear to Burnstrom, back to Fear and out to center. Elk River takes it back, past near boards. Taken back by Grammer. Headman's for Fear. He'll walk it in one-on-one. Shoots, hits the blocker and off to the far side. Right on to Eric Day, who tipped it away. Bouncing back to the near corner. Just underway, second period. Spuds leading 2-0. Here's Jason Redfield. Picks it out of the corner. Walks on. Puts the shot on, and Day rides him out of play. Puck bounces out the center, and now it's a breakaway. Moving it alone. Backhand shot. He scores! Brian Molesky of Elk River has just made it a one-goal game. Brian Molesky backing his way in on Jeremy Gregoire, then turned quickly and got it into the upper right corner. Brian Molesky at 2:42. Benji Deluge getting the assist on Brian Molesky's goal to make it 2-1. The time at 2:42. Here come the Spuds back up ice. Bounce behind the net, off to the near boards. Circling fourth, then sent back in wide of the mark, and Eric Day scoops it off the ice to force a faceoff. Well, Elk River taking advantage of a momentary lapse by Moorhead in their own zone, and with their speed got up ice quickly. Molesky got around the Spuds to put a shot on Gregoire to score. 2-1 Spuds leading. Now 11:54 remaining in the second. Matt Cullen circling, making sure his teammates are set and ready. Now he's ready. He'll come in to handle the face-off and draws it back to the point. It gets long. Past Rory Corton and back into the Spud zone. The Elk River comes back, and they'll put pressure on as the Spuds try to break out of their end. Here's the pass out. Picked up by Matt Cullen. He ducks underneath the defense, moves in on the near side, centering pass, and Ryan Frisch's shot hits the blocker of Eric Day, and it flecks it out to the near side. Back comes Elk River. Bounced behind the net. Now picked up by Dan Highnote. Tied up by Joel Jamieson. It squirts loose to the near side, and Ryan Frisch controls. He'll bring it out to center. Now sends a pass left side for Bagney. He'll bring it to the line. Wind up. Shot sent on just wide. Spuds will change on the dump in. And it comes off to the boards near side. A backhand pass deflected back into the Spud zone. Picked up by Josh Arnold. He'll carry it into the corner. Arnold ridden off the play. Loses his stick. Puck steered off to the far side. Rob Grammer puts it back into the corner for John Haberlack. Now to Josh Arnold, who got his stick back. Rebound out in front. Nobody could get a stick on it. And it comes in on Eric Day. The Spuds taking it out of the corner far side. Feeding it out in front for Ryan Kraft, who was just skating too quickly for the puck. He did manage to get a stick on it to put the shot on goal, but Eric Day had no trouble seeing it come in. And so the face-off to the left of Day with 10:52 remaining in the second. Spuds leading 2-1 before a jam-packed house at the National Hockey Center in St. Cloud. Section 8 championship. The winner will advance to the State Classic next week at the St. Paul Civic Center. Already Duluth East and South St. Paul have made their way to the state tournament. Out at center ice, Maximenko feeds it off to the far side. Backhand return to Maximenko. They'll move in. Shot is blocked behind the net. Pete Cullen sliding down. Then he's up on his skates and takes it back. Feeds it out for Josh Arnold. Backhands it out. There goes Ryan Kraft. It's 2-on-2. Shoots just wide. Looking for the rebound for Rob Grammer, but it wasn't there as it bounced all the way back into the zone. Picked off now by Pete Cullen. He'll feed it off on the near side. Taken back. Circling around. Ryan Kraft there to pick it up from Moorhead. Carries it along the boards. 10:15 remaining in the second. Bounced it behind the Spud net. And then it bounces it off. Haberlack to Arnold. Picks it up. He'll carry it in. 1-on-4. Shoots just wide. And Arnold goes down. Again, he lost his stick. Back on. He'll kick it in along the boards for Jared Burnstrom, who fans on his pass try. And then it's swept near side. Spuds mix up on their change. Now come back on the pass at center. Hits Rory Corton and it bounces behind him and into the Spud zone. Picked up by Joel Jamieson. Feeds it out. Comes through to center. It'll be taken back by Elk River. Reggie Simons Drops it back out to center. The Spuds come onside. The shot by Corton up high and away and loose to the far side. Bernstrom comes in. He'll take it down to the corner. Knocks it back out to the point. Picked up. Now swept out in front. It escapes there and comes out to center. Knocked back in offside. Rory Corton on the backhand pass in offside. That'll bring the play back into the Moorhead zone with 9:22 to go. 9:22 remaining. Second period. Section 8 championship. Moorhead leading 2-1. Spuds led 2-0 after 1. Elk River scoring at the 2:42 mark by Brian Molesky to make it a 1-goal game. To the right side of Jeremy Gregoire. Standing in Woody Glines. Gains the draw. Shot from the point by Eric Swenson. Deflects. Out to the far point. Shot deflects. Off to the boards near side. Poked out to center. Matt Cullen chasing it down. Then leaves it for Ryan Frisch. He catches up to it. And then is ridden off the play. And the backhand pass comes out. Rob Grammer gets position. Leaves it out in front. And we've got a breakaway shot and a save and the goal. Elk River has come back to tie. It looked like Matt Bailey. As Elk River took the puck away from the Spuds at the blue line. And Bailey came in on Gregoire alone, who made the initial save, but then the puck escaped him and sneaked behind and across the line. .6:41 the time of the goal. Woody Glines getting an assist. Matt Bailey, and it's 2-2. Here come the Spuds. Matt Cullen shoots. It's off the side of the net. Everybody thought it was in the net as it ricocheted off. Matt Cullen picks it up behind. Circling around looking for the stuff, and he's ended up, and he'll go down, and we've got a penalty coming up. The backside official has blown his whistle, but with so many people here, the rest of the players are unable to hear. They continue play out to center before the officials finally get a chance to stop play, and the Spuds will be on the power play. Matt Cullen circling his net, tried to get a stuff shot in. He got the rebound, then was caught and brought down. Benji Deluge is out. And the Spuds are on the power play. Elk River was able to work off an earlier power play try by the Spuds in the first period. Off the draw, it comes back into the Spud zone. Pete Cullen picks it up, feeds it near side for Rob Grammer. He'll bring it to the line, it in. Rob Grammer stick handling, walking in the lane, then carries it behind the net, still in control. Rob Grammer, his pass is deflected out to center ice. Pete Cullen there to pick it back for Moorhead. He'll come along the boards, and then again it's intercepted, and it's tipped away. There's the backhand shot. Gregoire comes out to make the save, and it's deflected on the near side. Woody Glines with an interception and a near shorthanded goal. Back comes Ryan Kraft. He stick handles into the zone. Loose to the corner. Josh Arnold goes in to tie it up. Trying to leave it for John Haberlack, and it's picked off by Woody Glines. His pass out to center by Rory Corton. Battling for it, skated into the zone. We're tied at 2 halfway through the second period. Spuds with 2 goals in the first. Elk River 2 goals in the second. Along the near side, here's Ryan Kraft. Moving in, stopping short, circling. Sending it off to the far side. One-time shot right on, tipped away by Eric Day. And again, the Elks have a chance to send it down the ice. 7:17 to go. 38 seconds left on the Moorhead power play. And out of their zone. Here comes Joel Jamieson, pass left side. Corton will dump it into the far corner. Circles behind the net. Matt Cullen goes in with a shoulder to leave it for Ryan Frisch. He'll bring it back with a pass to the point. Jamieson lines it up from there. Shot deflects a skate. Matt Cullen tried to pick up the rebound. It ends up underneath him. He's trying to find someone to feed it off to. He's all tangled up, now picked up by the Spuds. Out to Rory Corton. Back in the far wing. Circling around Troy Bagney. Back to Corton at the point. Wind up. Shot blocked nicely by David Christensen. He gets a stick on it and sends it down the ice. That runs out the penalty time, and both teams are at full strength. And as they bring it across the line, it comes in offside. Game tied at 2 for the Section 8 championship. Winner advancing to the state tournament next week at the St. Paul Civic Center. Face-off just outside the Moorhead blue line. Spuds with goals from John Haberlack and Josh Arnold. Elk River with goals from Brian Molesky and Matt Bailey. Arnold is on to handle the face-off for Moorhead. He will square up with Woody Glines. And Elk River gains a draw. Pass back to Matt Taus. Sent in behind the net. Picked up by Pete Cullen off on the far side. Battled for. Josh Arnold there to pick it up. Knocked down. Here's Ryan Kraft. He goes around the left side. Tries to stick handle in, and it's swept aside by Benji Deluge. In behind the net. Bounce back near side for Matt Bailey. Along the boards. Knocked away by Josh Arnold. Then the Spuds keep it in the zone. Arnold takes a big check. He goes down, and the puck is sent far side. Maximenko feeds it out to center. As the Elks carry the puck into the far boards. Maximenko putting on a block. Now the officials stop play. Sometimes in today's game, we're going to see where play continues after a whistle is blown. The players are going to have a great deal of difficulty hearing all of the officials' whistles because of the largeness and loudness of the crowd here at the National Hockey Center. 5:52 remaining in the second. Game tied at 2. Both teams making changes now after the officials calming things down by slowing play a little bit, letting everything settle back into its norm. David Christensen standing in for Elk River against Matt Cullen. Ready to go, and it's tipped off to the far side. Tipped off the boards, and a wrestling match along the side. Cullen reaches in for it. Now we've got 2 sticks holding it in play. Finally, it is tipped off the boards again, and Matt Cullen gets a stick on it to send it into the zone. It's chased down. An official will go have to up on the boards, and it's sent out to center. Here's Ryan Fresh, backhands it in on goal. Eric Day will cover it up. As Troy Bagney comes in, he is checked off the play and down behind Day. The players are making sure that no further contact is made. And so that stops play with 5:26 remaining. Second period action, Section 8 championship. Spuds and Elks tied at 2. Face off, right side of Eric Day. And at just the last moment, the Elks will change the defensive pair. They'll bring Matt Taus and Benji Deluge back on. To the right side of Eric Day. Matt Cullen standing in for Moorhead. Puck is taken away from Cullen, and it's poked out to center. A race for it. Troy Ellefson getting there for Elk River. He'll bring it in. A backhand try. Misfired. Rebound loose, and a whistle stopping play. Ellefson moving in on goal. Stopped in front of the net. Pirouetted. Tried a backhand shot. And Woody Glines of Elk River. Josh Arnold of Moorhead. Spuds gain the draw for a moment, then pick it up. Here's Ryan Kraft. He'll come in 1-on-2. Stick handling. He's checked off the play nicely, and it's picked up by Benji Deluge. Behind his own net, feeds it out to the boards near side. Backhanded out. It'll get through and back into the Spud zone. Icing is called on Elk River. Stopping play at 4:57 in the second, and we're all knotted up at 2 apiece. To the left of Eric Day. Now the Spuds will change. Josh Arnold's line was ready. Now Matt Cullen comes on. Cullen brings Ryan Frisch and Troy Bagney. Defensively, it's Pete Cullen and Rob Grammer. We're tied at 2 apiece. Just under 5 minutes to go, second period. Puck is alone at the circle. Squirts out to the near side, then poked out to center ice. A race for it. Elk River gets there. The backhand pass ahead for Bailey. He'll move in, then caught and is brought down. And returned on, and a shot comes out. Pete Cullen tried to deflect it away, and it got underneath his stick. Jeremy Gregoire was able to hang on. The play continues behind the net. Finally, a whistle stopping play. The official has come to the near side, but no player. And we expected it. Looked like it was going to be against Pete Cullen. It is. Pete Cullen went in to pick up the penalty, and so the Spuds will be skating shorthanded. So the cross check goes to Pete Cullen. And the faceoff will be in the Spud zone with 4:40 remaining. Elk River has come from a 2-0 deficit to tie the game at 2. Woody Glines standing in for the Elks against Matt Cullen. The Spuds earlier this game worked off a shorthanded situation. And a shot from the point. Deflected by Gregoire to the near boards. Picked out from the corner. Now the shot sent out. A pass gets all the way through. It'll come on goal. Eric Day will have to steer it aside and to the near boards. Matt Bailey picks it up. Feeds it back into his zone. Matt Towers picks it up. Feeds it off the boards far side. And it's backhanded into the zone. Gets all the way to the backboards. Jamison there for a moment. Then it's poked along the corner. 4:06 to go in the period. Game tied at 2. Spuds trying to get out of their zone. Skating shorthanded. The puck comes out to center, and it's picked up by Matt Taus of Elk River. Back to the boards near side. Here's Matt Bailey, tied up nicely by Matt Cullen. Pass comes through. Josh Arnold puts it into the air, and it's knocked down. Picked aside. Here's Ryan Frisch. It's one-on-one. Frisch stick handles his way in, then is ridden off the play by Reggie Simons. Knocked loose to the point. Picked up by Maximenko of Elk River. Drops it out to center ice with the Spuds. Josh Arnold sends it wide. Off the backboards, it's picked up by Matt Bailey. In behind his own net. 3:25 to go. Bailey circling in his far corner. Sends it off on the near side and to the boards. Now Glines sends it. It deflects it down. Loose. Picked up by Josh Arnold. And he tried to steer it behind the net and actually put it on goal. And Gregoire had to prevent any further play by covering up the loose puck, forcing a faceoff. 32 seconds left in the Elk River power play. 3:12 remaining in the second period. We're tied at 2. Faceoff will be to the right side of Jeremy Gregoire. Ryan Kraft will handle the faceoff for Moorhead. And it's left in the circle. Now poked along to the near side. Brian Molesky picked it up for a moment. Then drops it out to the point. The shot there deflects, hits traffic, bounces out near side, and the Spuds pick up the loose puck. Along the near side, Ryan Kraft. He'll come into the slot. Backhand is behind John Haberlack, and it escapes to the corner. Picked up by Troy Ellefson. Off to the far side is Elk River. On the power play. Brings it out. Pass rink wide. Taken back by the Spuds. A pass that misfired by Jamison. The Spuds are back at full strength. They've worked off the penalty. Elk River picks up the loose puck and sends a shot in. Ricochets off to the far corner. Looking for the rebound try. Off to the far corner. Now it's picked up by Pete Cullen. And no sooner are the Spuds back on at full strength, then they'll go back on the penalty kill. John Haberlack was tied up behind. He and Reggie Simons exchanging words as Haberlack comes to the near box. And the Spuds will have to work off another 2 minutes. Holding is the call on John Haberlack. And the Spuds just back at full strength. We'll have to try and kill off 2 more minutes of penalty time. The face-off to the left of Jeremy Gregoire. 2:25 to go in the second period. Game tied at 2. Matt Cullen stands in against Woody Glines. And the puck is drawn out to the point. Matt Taus picks it up. He's upended. Gets the pass ahead for Glines. Carries it to the corner, trying to set up his power play shot. Rebound tipped away. Here come the Spuds back with it. It's 1-on-1. Spuds skating short-handed. Puck as Matt Cullen is upended at the line. Off on the near side, picked up by Matt Bailey. He'll carry it in on the left. Stopping short, sending it out to the point. Shot sent on, and just wide. Picked up on the far side. Just under 2 minutes to go in the period. Maximenko picks it up. Drops it back to the point for Matt Taus. It escapes him and it comes out. Taus will have to clear it back for Elk River. From the far side, now he'll advance. Bagney comes up to meet him. Taus carries it in to the corner. Pete Cullen catches up with him. 1:09 remaining in the penalty. 1:32 remaining in the period. Here comes Ryan Kraft. He'll dump it down. Spuds send a long pass on. They'll make a change as Elk River comes back with it. A pass that gets ahead. Moving in. The drop pass, the shot up high and to the far corner. Again, Elk River caught the Spuds at the blue line. Back out it comes. Ryan Kraft steers it to the far boards. It's 1-on-3. Kraft slowing it down. Spuds are skating a man short to the near side. Rob Grammer sends in a long pass. Bounces off the backboards. 59 seconds to go. Spuds have pulled Jeremy Gregoire. We have a penalty coming up. We missed it. There's a penalty coming up against Elk River, and that'll even things out for the remaining 57 seconds of the period. And should this be carried through, the Spuds would start the third period on the power play. Elk River penalty coming. 32 seconds remaining on the Spud penalty to John Haberlack. 57 seconds remaining in the second period. Game is tied at 2. Elk River was caught with too many skaters on the ice. They were in the midst of a change and didn't make it cleanly. And so they'll have to lose the skater, the extra skater they brought on, plus one more. And we'll be skating 4-on-4. The penalty time will be served by Ben Stromberg, who hasn't seen playing time yet in today's game. Face off to the right of Eric Day. Skating 4-on-4, and it comes out to center. Spuds take it back now. The whistle stops play. The pass may have been advanced. Here, the center ice face-off circle. Puck is down, drawn back. Grammer feeds it left side. Bounces off the boards. Josh Arnold carries it in to the corner. Circling around behind, still with the puck. Josh Arnold controlling. Feeds it out to the point. Rob Grammer will load it up. Sends the shot on. Easy deflection for Eric Day. Picked up by Ryan Kraft. Brings it back to the slot. He'll walk it up. Shot is on. Rebound near side. Bounces over the stick of Ryan Kraft. And the Spuds are on the power play now with John Haberlack on. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Woody Glines comes in to take it away. Then it's knocked away from him. Rob Grammer will head up ice for the Spuds. Could be their last possession of the period. Moving in left side, Haberlack. Shot is wide. Rebound to the boards near side. Grammer picks it up. Has it poked away by Glines. Knocked away, and it'll come wide of the net as the horn sounds. And we've got a great finish coming up. It's everything we thought it would be. After 2 periods of play in the Section 8 championship, it's Moorhead 2, Elk River 2. And we're set to get this third period underway. It's down, and Elk River controls. They'll dump it into the Moorhead zone. Spuds on the power play, a minute left on that opportunity. Out of the zone. Here comes Rob Grammer. He'll walk it up the ice. Comes to the blue line, lines it up, shoots, and up over the top of the net. Rebound comes out, shot right into the glove. Josh Arnold with a shot right into Eric Day. Rob Grammer's shot from up the slot bounced off the plexiglass right onto the stick of Josh Arnold, who lined it up. He had the open area. Nobody to help deflect the puck, and Eric Day saw it coming all the way. 43 seconds left on the Moorhead power play with a face-off to the right of Eric Day. Spuds gain the draw. John Haberlack to the boards near side. Circling around, has it taken away by Woody Glines. He'll send it out and on. It comes down for Jeremy Gregoire, who leaves it behind the net. Here comes Rob Grammer of Moorhead. Feeds it off on the near side. Joel Jamieson brings it in. He'll pull the trigger and has the shot deflected. To the boards near side for Josh Arnold. He'll line it up. Bounces it off the stick of Matt Bailey. Kept in by Arnold. Carries it along the boards near side. has it poked away. Lost it for just a moment, and that's all Elk River needs. They poke it along the boards, and it comes out to center where the Spuds regroup. Pass near side for Joel Jamieson. He'll feed it ahead. It bounces off Arnold and into the zone. Elk River is back at full strength, and they've worked off the power play. And it comes, or they've worked off the penalty rather, and it comes back into the zone. And icing is called. Matt Bailey couldn't get there in time. And they'll bring it back into the Elk River zone for the face-off. This afternoon's third period of the Section 8 Hockey Championship is brought to you by Fargo Linoleum on Robert Street in downtown Fargo. Fargo Linoleum is locally owned since 1926. From the right side of Eric Day, Matt Moorhead stands in. Draw is taken away from Cullen by David Christensen to the corner. Wrestling match there off to the far side. Christensen gets there. He goes down on a check by Ryan Frisch, leaving the puck for Matt Cullen. Has to go back to the corner, feeds it out to the point. Rory Corton, shot, long, rebound, tipped away, loose, out in front. Ryan Frisch again for Matt Cullen. Carries it behind the net, then skates past the puck, and it's bounced off to the far boards. Ryan Frisch there to keep it in the zone. Bounced it behind the net. Elk River comes out, and it comes out on the near side, near the point area. Bounced out and through it. It comes to center ice. Joel Jamieson quickly dumps it back into the zone. Just underway, third period. We're tied at 2. 2 previous meetings between these two teams have ended up in overtime. As the long pass comes, it gets through. Icing again called on Elk River. With the remodeling season upon us, call Rick Halverson Construction of Moorhead. Window replacement, door replacement, that added a room. Rick Halverson Construction of North Moorhead. To the right side of Eric Day off the draw. The shot deflected in traffic. Rebound gets past Bernstrom. Pete Cullen comes in. Poked away from him. Bernstrom carries it to the corner. Knocked loose there along the boards. Battled for. Now taken back by Benji Deluge of Elk River. Feeds it rink wide. Out to center. Rob Grammer there to take it back. His pass into center. Deluge there. Bounced away from him. Spuds. Pete Cullen ahead to David Fears. Circling at the blue line. Drops it into the zone. Then it's sent rink wide and out. Rob Grammer will dump it back into the far corner. Picked away by Troy Ellefson of Elk River. Feeds it to the near boards. And out it comes. They'll move in on the near side. Here's Brian Molesky. Shot is popped into the air. Didn't get halfway to the goal. And it's carried behind the net. Circled down. Off to the far side. It's picked up by Rich Anderson. Carries it to the corner. Anderson trying to stick it along. Then it's taken away. And here come the Spuds. Ryan Kraft has it taken away by Molesky. Drops it back, and the Spuds retain possession. Here comes Rob Grammer to the line. And across. Drops it to the boards. Intended to leave it for Kraft, but carried it too deep. Now the pass behind the net. Picked off on the deflection by Matt Taus, his head man for Dan Hinote. He got there and had to wait for the puck, and the Spuds were able to recover and come back in time. Here's Josh Arnold moving in. He's caught from behind, and again he loses the stick. The fans here wanting a whistle on that play, but none is blowing. Into the corner it comes. Off the boards, picked loose, battled forward, tied at 2. Third period of hockey for the Section 8 championship. Haberlack skates across, lost it, and here comes Elk River. Out at center, wind up, the shot hits traffic, it bounces right back out to center ice. And the Spuds have it. It's Haberlack and Arnold. Fed out in front for Kraft. Back to Josh Arnold. He hits a loose net. Out in front. Swept aside, and Elk River comes back with it. Golden opportunity for Moorhead. Got caught on their back parts of their skates and couldn't get anything on the shot. Off to the boards. Spuds trying to get out of their zone. Joel Jamieson carries it behind the net. Feeds it out on the right side. And here is Ryan Frisch. Sends it rink wide. Intended for Troy Bagney behind him. Now picked off the boards and taken away again by Elk River. Along the boards near side with 10.5 to go. Looking for a tie-up. Finally poked out by Matt Cullen. Then it's taken away by Maximenko. He'll put a shot up high and away. Rebound behind. Ben Stromberg on. Carries it to the corner. Lost it there. Picked up by the Spuds. They'll come out 2-on-3. Here's Matt Cullen, still stick handling. He'll walk it in, left side, circling around the net, looking for the stuff. The shot there, the rebound, he scores! Troy Bagney on a rebound. Bagney's 17th goal of the year. Matt Cullen stealing the puck away at the blue line, circled the net. Tried a stop shot that was easily tipped away by Eric Day. Put out into play. Bagney was waiting. He had an open net, and the Spuds lead it 3-2. 10 minutes. That goal coming at 4:49. That's the scoring. Bagney from Cullen, and the Spuds lead it 3-2. Back out at center, and Elk River comes into the zone. Drop pass near side for Reggie Simons. He puts a pass that gets through. To the far side, it's Matt Bailey. Behind the net, past Rob Grammer, who reaches back and takes control. Grammer feeds it out on the right side. It gets to the point, taken back by Elk River. And a quick pass dumped in behind the net. Loose to the corner near side. Now ricochets. Grammer picks it up. 9.5 to play. Pass stolen. Moving on. The shot. The goal. We're tied at 3. The Spuds have allowed 3 goals on passes that have been picked off by Elk River that has set them up either in front of the net or walking in with the advantage, and they have scored on 3 opportunities, now tied the game at 3. Matt Bailey, it looked like, was out in front. As the Spuds try to pass out of their zone, Bailey it is Bailey. Matt Bailey getting the unassisted goal. Matt Bailey with the goal. Now we have a penalty coming up. We have a penalty coming up against Moorhead, it looks like. There was a lot of activity in front of the net of Jeremy Gregoire. And as we were listening for the goal announcement, all of a sudden they seem to be squaring off. And the end result is Ryan Frisch in the penalty box. Ryan Frisch will go 2 minutes. He hit after the whistle had blown. Now, whether he heard the whistle or not, we indicated earlier that that may be a problem at some point in this game for the players to hear the whistle. Play continues, and Ryan Frisch is out 2 minutes, and much to the dismay of the players on the ice. And Ryan Kraft, Moorhead captain, has been visiting now with the official on the near side to get the explanation, and we'll get back underway with the game tied at 3. But now the Elks are on the power play. Face-off left of Jeremy Gregoire. Matt Cullen making sure his helmet is strapped on. Stands in for the draw, and it comes to the boards near side. Loose to the corner. Joel Jamieson gets there. Rob Grammer gets there and feeds it out to the far side. Along the boards. Battled for, centering pass. Glines winds up, shot right on, and they'll stop play. It popped loose, but they're calling it a dead puck. Gregoire hanging on just long enough. Elk River power play game tied at 3 with just over 9 minutes remaining. Matt Bailey with 2 goals this afternoon for Elk River. Game is tied at 3. Both teams have scored in the third. Off the face-off, Spuds get it, drop it out. It gets through to center. There'll be a race for it. Troy Bagney tried to get there to set up a short-handed scoring opportunity, but it's taken back. And here come the Elks. They'll move in on the near side, circling around. Sending the shot on, the deflected by Maximenko. Didn't get much on it. And Gregoire was able to hang on. Well, there are so many similarities in the way that Elk River and Moorhead play the hockey game. 8:47 remaining. 3-3 tie, third period. Elk River power play opportunity. Still a minute 26 left to Ryan Frisch. Woody Glines will handle the face-off for Elk River. Matt Cullen for Moorhead. A square of the sticks. The puck is down. Their sticks are tied up. Finally it comes loose to the near side and out to center. It'll come back to the zone. We'll have a race for it here. Ryan Kraft trying to get there, and he nearly got there ahead of Matt Taus. It is that type of play that may determine the outcome of this one. Behind the net, Elk River trying to get out of their zone, skating with a man advantage. Out to center it comes. Maximenko tied up on the boards, drops it back. Rink-wide pass intercepted by Haberlack, drops it into the zone. Haberlack moving in on the right side, centering pass, and it hit a defender and bounced off to the near side. Spuds had it set up perfectly, but a sliding defender knocked the puck loose at just the last moment. Out to center it comes. Rob Grammer for a moment, then Glines picks it away. He'll dump it into the far corner. He will leave the ice and Elk River on a change. Spuds come back out and dump it back out to center ice. 7:50 remaining. 30 seconds left on the power play for Elk River. Matt Cullen takes it back for Moorhead. He'll quickly move in, shoots, rebound high. Haberlack chasing it up, the slide is upended and goes down. He is still on his face and no whistle. Back up ice, the rebound try, the miss, and deflected off to the far side. Now the fans are up on their feet at every opportunity as we're tied at 3, and the Spuds get a chance to send it down. The time has expired on the power play. Ryan Frisch is back on, and we're even. At center ice, Pete Cullen takes it back and dumps it into the zone. Cleared by Reggie Simons. Out at center, then back in, then back out. Taken by the Elks. Moving in on the left side, it's 2-on-1. The shot, nice sliding save by Pete Cullen. Into the corner. Loose puck there, and it escapes. It gets all the way out to the point near side. Simons winds up on another sliding save by Kraft. Bounces it into the corner. Ricocheted out in front, trying to get the backhand on. It's kicked loose, finally picked up by Joel Jamieson. Out it comes, and they nearly pick it off. Maximenko come walking up the slot, anticipating the pass, but it bounced over his stick and back into the Elk River zone. Now intercepted by Josh Arnold, and the Spuds have a 3-on-2 break. Arnold moving in, shot. Eric Day comes out to kick it away. Out to the boards near side. Here's Rory Corton's shot from up the slot, deflected in traffic. It's 2-on-2, Elk River coming back. Onto the near side. Getting around the corner, Matt Bailey moves in. The centering pass, Matsimenko. Missed on the shot, and it goes behind the net. Loose to the corner behind. It's a foot race the rest of the way. South Moorhead, your complete car care service center with ASE certified mechanics. Bud's Amico is located on Highway 75 and I-94 in South Moorhead. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Bud's Amico. To the right of Eric Day. Drawn out to Jamieson. Shot hit traffic, bounced behind the net. Picked up by Jason Redfield. He's caught and brought down. Matt Taus clears it off on the far boards, and Elk River comes back up. Along the near side. Pass just long. Dropped back to the point. Swenson. Shot is blocked. He reaches back, sweeps it into the zone, and it's picked up in the corner by Rich Anderson. Drops it back, and it's intercepted by Moorhead. Joel Jamieson puts it up on the railing, and it comes down to David Beer. Pokes it out to center and along the boards into the zone. Bernstrom will try to track it down in the corner. He and Eric Swenson both there. And the puck lies loose for just a moment as Jason Redfield comes in and forces a pile-up. Then the intercepted pass, taken back by Matt Cullen, puts it out in front. His shot just missed the post far side. Behind the net. Spuds wanting to make a change. Matt Cullen centering pass. Bounces over the stick of Pete Cullen walking in. Out it comes to the line. Pete Cullen leaves it for Matt Cullen. Into the corner. Setting it up. Pass out in front. Rebound. Shot right on. Day recovers and hangs on. Tied at 3. 4:47 remaining. This has the flavor of a state championship game. It is a section championship game. The season will end this afternoon for one of these teams. 3-3 tie. Face off left of Eric Day, who has come up big here in the third period. Matt Cullen will face off for Moorhead. Puck is drawn to the far side, into the corner. Matt Bailey chases it down, lost it there, picked up by Grammer, sends a shot right on. Tipped off to the near side where the Elks are waiting. Pass gets through to center, and the Spuds clear it back. To the near side, Troy Bagney, his backhand knocked away, but Matt Cullen reaches in, carries it to the blue line, skating backward, then it dumps in, and he'll try to find it in the corner. There first, Reggie Simons clears it out from the far side. Elk River now breaking out of their zone. Pass comes in alone. Here's Dan Hideout, and Jeremy Gregoire out of goal, clears it loose. To the far side, and the Spuds come back. Matt Cullen goes down as he tries to stick handle it clean. Off to the far corner. Behind the net, Elk River with 4 minutes to go in the game. On the far boards, it's tied up. It goes into the Elk River bench. And that stops play. 3:59 remaining. Moorhead 3, Elk River 3. Face off just outside the Elk River blue line. This afternoon's game brought to you by Dakota Bumper and Body Supply, where they feature Sickens Auto Paint. Good luck this afternoon to the Spuds from Dakota Bumper and Body Supply of Fargo. Give them a call at 235-2020. Off the face-off. Dumped into the zone, at the point, into the crowd. We'll go back just outside the Elk River blue line for the face-off. Standing in is David Christensen for Elk River. He'll face off with Josh Arnold of Moorhead. We're tied at 3. Elk River gains the draw. Out at center it comes, and on the right side here's Ellefson's pass. Loose to the far boards. Dumped back into the corner. Ellefson there protecting it well. Then Josh Arnold comes in to take it away. Feeds it along, and it's picked off. Pass out to center, gets through. It'll come in. Here's John Haberlack out. He is upended by goaltender Eric Day, and the puck is behind the net. Picked up by Benji DeLuz. Lost there, and it comes out to center. A sliding Rory Corton. Couldn't get there in time, and it comes back down. Well, the officials have let this one go. They have decided to let the players play. No whistles here in the last few minutes of play. In other situations, I expect we would have. A long pass dumped into the corner. Bounces in behind the net. 3 minutes to go in regulation, tied at 3. Off to the far side. The Elks try to bounce it out. Comes loose at center. Here's Grammers. Pass near side for Pete Cullen. Ahead for Ryan Fresh. He'll move in alone. Sends the pass out in front. The backhand shot. The save by Day. Oh, my. Eric Day is showing his colors. Puts it back into play, and the Elks come back out. The shot on from the corner, and the save by Jeremy Gregoire. Everything that's coming in. 2:36 to go. We're tied at 3. Face off to the right of Jeremy Gregoire. Woody Glines stepping in for Elk River. Josh Arnold for Moorhead. Arnold gains a draw, but lost it to the point. Shot sent in by Swenson, bounces off the backboards. Out it comes to center, past Kraft, picked up by Simons of Elk River. Back out at center ice. Poked along near side, and it's picked up by John Haberlack, who'll carry it in. He looks at a 1-on-4, then carries it behind the net. He's ridden off the play, loose to the far side, and Elk River takes it back. 2:12 to go in regulation. At the line, centering pass knocked down. Spuds had 4 people waiting. The pass back out to center. Josh Arnold picks it up. Stick handling in, fans on the shot, got the backhand on anyway, and Eric Day tips it in behind the net. To the far side, it's Eric Swenson. 1:52 to go in regulation. Behind the net, it's Josh Arnold looking for the stop. The shot is there. Day finds a handle on it, sits on top and makes the save. Another great anticipation and save by Eric Day of Elk River. 1:44 remaining in regulation. Face off to the right side of Eric Day. Spuds led 2-0 after 1. We were tied at 2 after 2. Both teams have scored in the third. And we're tied at 3 apiece. Off the draw, backhand shot on, wide of the mark. Rebound deflected out near the near side. Ryan Frisch backhands it off the boards, and it's picked up in the corner by Troy Bagney. Feeds it out in front, gets past Frisch, then loose to the point. Jamison steers it off to the far side. Matt Cullen carries it to the boards, and it's bounced in behind the net. Matt Cullen will go back to the corner to pick it up. And it's cleared off the boards by Elk River. Out to the point, Rory Corton. There's the headman for Maximenko. He'll move in and is checked off the play nicely. Maximenko recovers and puts a backhand on. The Spuds pick it off. Pass on the near side gets past Troy Bagney. 1 minute to go in regulation. We're tied at 3. Here comes Rory Corton across the line into the corner. Checked off. Picked up by Josh Arnold. Stick handling. Moving in. Trying to center it. Arnold goes down. No whistle blows and the puck goes to the far corner. Picked loose there and the headman has bounced into the zone. Here comes Brian Molesky circling around. And he's reading off the play. The Spuds come back up with it. Along the near side, it's John Haberlack. 30 seconds to go in regulation. Loose to the corner, taken back by Kenny Rowe. Off to the far corner, Reggie Simons. 24 seconds to go in regulation. Here come Elk River. Off the slot, moving in, and it's tipped aside and out to center ice. Off to the far side, it's picked up by Simons. The return pass to Glines. He'll move in, and he's red and wide. Here's Matt Bailey. Tipped it into the corner. Grammer. 5 seconds to go. Steers it along on the near side. We may be headed for overtime. We are. The horn sounds, and after 3 periods of regulation play, it's Moorhead 3 and Elk River 3. In the third period, both teams scoring. Troy Bagney at 4:49. Spuds led it 3-2. And then less than 2 minutes later, Matt Bailey for Elk River tied the game. Overtime session is ready. Here we go. The puck is down and it's picked off. Here comes Elk River. The shot is on. Gregoire with the save. Rebound kicked out in front into the far side. Out at center ice it comes, and Elk River had the first great chance to put this one in the book. Out to the near boards. Deflected back into the Spud zone. Rob Grammer will go back to pick it up. He'll push it to the corner. Then flying in, Dan Highnote puts it back out close, and a pass through the crease to the far side. Into the corner. Picked off by Matt Cullen, pokes it out to center. Deflected down. And a shot set on Gregoire right into his midsection, hangs on. And we'll have the face-off left of Gregoire. We're in overtime, tied at 3. This afternoon's game brought to you by Moorhead Center Mall. Proud to be a sponsor of Moorhead Spud Athletic events on KQWB. For shopping that's less taxing, shop the Moorhead Center Mall. And today's game brought to you by FM Printing and Office Supplies. For all of your office supplies and printing needs, wedding invitations, napkins, programs, FM Printing and Office Supplies, Main Avenue in Moorhead. To the left of Gregoire. Puck is down near side. Picked up by Jameson. Feeds it back. It is off the stick, then taken back by Rich Anderson. Carries it far side. Centering pass deflected. But picked up on a sliding save by Haberlack. Put it out in front of a shot from high in the slot wide. Off to the boards near side. Bounced loose. Now up on the railing. Battled for it. Ellefson got there. There's the backhand. Wide, loose out in front. Tipped away, and it's sent out to center. Elk River is putting great pressure on the Moorhead defense to start overtime. The Spuds have not been able to get the puck out of their own zone. Jameson behind the net. Leaves it now for Haberlack. Centering pass comes out. It's wide of the mark. It gets into the Elk River zone, and Moorhead will change. 6.5 to go in overtime. Elk River waiting. Shot sent behind the net. Bounces off the backboards and to the far point. Now cleared off the boards by Pete Cullen. Onto the ice. Ryan Frisch tries to poke it along. Taken away by Matt Bailey. Carries it to the boards. Matt Cullen of Moorhead ties him up. Bailey tries to backhand the pass out, then stick handles it loose. Sends it out high in the slot. Here Swenson lines up. Shot bounces loose, and it comes right back to Gregoire. He had to steer it off to the near side. Gregoire, with his face to the net, actually caught that one off the backboard. And the Spuds send it down into the Elk River zone. We've played 2 minutes of overtime. Tied at 3. Back it comes into the Moorhead zone. Rob Grammer feeds it ahead, and for the first time in overtime, the Spuds have it in the zone. Fear's shot is right on, and right into the glove of Eric Day. So a face-off with 5:40 to go. Well, anybody that might have thought Elk River got through their season with an unbeaten mark was, by any way, a fluky situation. It is not. They are one solid, quick, hard-hitting, fast-playing hockey team. To the far corner, Maximenko draws it to the point court. Shot is on. Day tips it off to the far corner. Picked up there by David Fear. Drops it in behind the net. He'll try to chase it down. Off to the point near side for Joel Jamieson. His pass deflected, comes out to center. And here comes Maximenko. Moving in on the left side, caught from behind. Still on his skates. Lost control of the puck, and it's picked up in the corner. Loose pass comes out. Simons tries to line it up. Shot deflected by Gregoire. Off to the far side. Everybody in anticipation of this one. We're in overtime. Out at center ice it comes. It's David Fear. Reaching back for it. He'll carry it into the zone. It's 1-on-2. Fear in behind the net, goes down. And again, no whistle stopping play. There are times when an official should make a call, regardless of the situation. Out it comes. Spuds at the line. Send it back in with a hard shot. It came in just offside. Pete Cullen couldn't wait any longer to pull the trigger, and he had to let loose a shot or risk having the puck taken away. And the shot came in just offside, so the face-off outside the Elk River blue line. 4:37 remaining in overtime. Game tied at 3. Josh Arnold is on for the Spuds. Woody Glines is on for Elk River. And Arnold gains a draw. Long shot sent right into the midsection. Eric Day feeds it off to the side. Picked up by the Elks. Into the far corner. Elks come out with a pass to center ice. Pete Cullen with the glove brings it out of the air. He's caught from behind and ridden to the far side. Now loose, and it bounces back into the Elk River zone. Ryan Kraft will go to the corner. He and Benji Deluge tied up. Battled for it. They'll stick it out. Deluge finally gives it up, and Elk River comes up with it. To the near side. Now Josh Arnold comes in to force play behind the net. Looking for the interception along the boards near side. Now intercepted at the point. Pete Cullen drops it back in. Behind the net with less than 4 minutes to go. We're halfway through the overtime period. Up into the air. It'll bounce down into the Moorhead zone as the Elks make a change. It'll float wide. Jeremy Gregoire, the icing call, will bring the puck into the Elk River zone. This afternoon's game brought to you by LD Auto Electric of Moorhead. They can rebuild your starter or alternator for half the price. Instead of buying new or rebuilt, call LD Auto Electric at 233-8673. To the left side of Eric Day in the Elk River zone. Puck is down, drawn to the corner. Maximenko steers it to the corner near side and off the boards. Now 3:35 to go in overtime. To the corner. Bounced it off to the far side. Ryan Frisch tracks it down. He goes down, and Elk River picks it up. Ryan Frisch back on his skates. Tries to poke it along the boards. Comes to the near side. He's tied up, and it's picked off by the Spuds. Back to Jamieson. Sends a shot on it. Blocked. Jamieson with a stick on it. Puts it into the air, and Elk River has it 3-on-2. On the near side, it's Maximenko. Lines up the shot. Bounced off the blocker and off to the far corner. And it put back on goal. Jeremy Gregoire watching for it. Somehow it gets loose, and it's put into the air to the point. Another pass sent into the corner. And behind it goes, looking for room. Maximenko loses his stick, picked up by Jamieson of Moorhead, and off to the boards near side. Matt Cullen comes in, puts a hack on it, and it's bounced away. Joel Jamieson picks it up. The head man for Matt Cullen, he gets through. It'll come into the zone, and the Spuds will change. 2:38 to go in overtime. Tied at 3. Picked up by Jason Redfield. Lost out in front. Now poked off to the far side. Matt Bailey takes it back for Elk River. 2:25 to go, and here come the Elks. Bailey drops it back. It's 1-on-1. Moving in near side. The shot is just wide. Woody Glines had the corner, and he couldn't pick the pocket. Bounces off the corner and dropped back in. Elk River has been the better team in overtime, but they've not been able to get one past Jeremy Gregoire. 2:12 to go. A sigh of relief for Jeremy Gregoire with the icing, and the face-off will come to his right side. When your vehicle needs service or repair, stop in at Jerry's Service on South A Street. Top of the line gas products and great service personnel at Jerry's Service, Highway 75, South Moorhead. Off the face-off, drawn to the corner. Picked up by Ryan Kraft, feeds it along the boards. Picked up by Josh Arnold. Nearly caught from behind. Arnold swings it ahead for John Haberlack. The return pass to Josh Arnold. Skates it ahead. Ryan Kraft puts it against the side of the net. And that stopped play. Spuds had their front line moving in. The angle was there for the shot try. But it got carried just deep for the shot to come off the side of the net. And with 1:56 to go in overtime, face-off left of Eric Day. 3-3 hockey game. Sudden victory will determine this one. On the ice now, Rich Anderson to handle the face-off for Elk River. Josh Arnold, a quick glance back at his bench. And now we're ready to go. And Arnold drops it to the corner. It's picked away by Maximenko. Drawn out to the point. Rory Corton sends it in. And the save by Day tips it behind the net. And off to the near boards. Deflected loose. Along the boards it comes, taken back, then Maximenko takes it back for Elk River. Long pass sent in behind the net. Rory Corton steers it along the boards for Ryan Kraft. Brings it out to center. Kraft stick handling. His pass ahead is intercepted. Then the return. Knocked loose, and here's John Haberlack at center ice. It's taken away by Rich Anderson moving in. He's caught from behind and goes down. The puck escapes to the near corner. 1:16 to go. Tied at 3 in overtime. On the boards near side. Scrambled for, loose. Joel Jamieson picks it up and carries it off to the far corner. It's picked away by Rich Anderson. Then it's taken back by the Spuds. A backhand pass comes out to center. It'll come back into the Elk River zone, and the Spuds will change. A slow-moving puck. We have 1 minute to go in the overtime. The puck is loose. Near side. Scrambled for. Now loose again. Picked up by Dan Heino. Shot sent on. Gregoire save. 43 seconds to go in overtime. 3-3 hockey game from the National Hockey Center in St. Cloud. Section 8 championship. The winner of this one will join South St. Paul and Duluth East. 2 champions already named after last night's activity. Earlier today, John Marshall and Mayo, both from Rochester, played. We are uncertain of the result. Here's the face-off. The draw, the shot is wide. Off to the far side. Into the corner. Pete Cullen goes in. Left alone. Battled for. Still poked loose. Finally, Rob Grammer comes up with it. Feeds it off to the boards. 30 seconds to go in overtime. A long pass from the far point. Over the top of the net. And to the boards near side. Now loose. Battled for. Picked back in. 19 seconds to go in overtime. Picked up by Troy Bagney. Nifty pass along the boards. Comes out to center. Matt Cullen. The official wanted to make the call but didn't. It's down to Troy Bagney. 8 seconds to go in overtime. The shot will come in and bounce off the backboards. And here's a centering pass. No, it was deflected off, and we'll go into a second one. A second overtime coming your way from the National Hockey Center. And after the first one, we remain tied. It's Moorhead 3 and Elk River 3. On both sides of the arena are up and applauding the play of this game. The Spuds gain the draw. They'll circle back into their own zone. A great forecheck put on by Elk River, forcing a mishandle of the puck, but the Spuds take it back at center ice, moving in. Frisch shoots. Rebound kicked into the air and off to the boards near side. Back out to the point. Pete Cullen sends it on wide. Rebounds out to the point far side. Rob Grammer steers it back into the corner. And it's bounced around near side, kept in by Pete Cullen on the near point. Then taken away, now Matt Cullen steers it off on the near side for Troy Bagney. Circles behind the net, sends it out in front, nobody home. Rebound put back on, and fortunately for Elk River, Eric Day was able to slide across and keep his composure and keep his eye on the puck. There was a loose puck, an unexpected loose puck, that got put back in on goal. And Eric Day was able to see it and stop it and force a stoppage with a face-off to the left side. Just underway, second overtime. Game tied at 3. The anxiety, the tenseness of the moment. Day is showing its pace here occasionally. Josh Arnold gains a drop. Back to the point. We'll do it again. Josh Arnold was a quick trigger. He actually pulled the trigger before the puck went down. We'll try it again. Game tied at 3. Arnold circling off to the far side now will give way to Ryan Kraft. And he'll stand in against David Christensen. Puck left alone. Kraft walking in. Bounced it loose. It came on goal. It comes out to the point for Joel Jamieson. He'll send it in. It's swept behind. Haberlack with a backhand pass. Taken back by Elk River. Headman gets through. Fed off to the far side and the Spuds take it back. Then Maximenko takes it back for Elk River. Feeds it near right side for Troy Ellefson. Tied up on the boards. Loose to the corner. Squirts loose. There's the shot. It bounces up over the top. Maximenko had it wide open and it deflected over the top of the net. Picked up by Ryan Kraft. Feeds it off on the near side. Here's Joel Jamieson. There's the pass for Josh Arnold. This shot blocked high in the slot, and Arnold chases it to the far corner. There's the return pass into the slot area. Bounces out to center ice. Spuds will have to come back onside. Here's Rob Grammer. Bring it in on the left. Stick handles it back for Kraft. Tries to pull the trigger, and it bounced away. Just as he pulled it back, a race for the puck. Pete Cullen will get there. Gets in front of the puck and steers it near side for Rob Grammer. All right, here's Matt Cullen. Matt Cullen coming back up ice. Tried to stick handle it through, and it's stopped at the blue line. Walking in, Rob Grammer shoots. Rebound, tipped off to the near side. Grammer picks it up in the corner. Puts it behind the net. There's a bad angle shot. Out in front. Shot by Frisch is wide. Off to the boards near side to Rob Grammer. Now a whistle in the corner. Stops play. The Elk River fans are on their feet as the officials come to the near side, and they finally had to blow their whistle at some point. And it was apparent that they were going to let this game go without any more penalties called, but finally could not hold back any longer. And Matt Cullen comes to the penalty box for Moorhead. He was tied up around the net area. Interference is the call on Matt Cullen. Comes with 12:53 to go in the second overtime. So the Spuds skating shorthanded. And off the face-off, drawn back into the zone, sent rink wide. Elk River out with it. Along the boards, it's caught up and it's sent in. Bounces around the rim and to the near side. The pass comes loose. The Spuds come back with it. Here's Ryan Kraft. And as he reaches the pass, has it taken away. Maximenko drops it out to center ice, and the Spuds drop it back into the zone. Skating shorthanded, they can pass from anywhere on the ice. Off to the far corner, now loose. Scrambled for, and here comes Elk River. Rush up ice, it's 3-on-2. Drop pass back to the point. Woody Glines sends it in wide. To the corner far side. Saved at the point by Matt Bailey. He'll send it out in front. Glines picks it up near side. Sends it back in. Picked off by Reggie Simon. Puts it out in front. And it gets near the blue line. Then poked along and out to center. It's sent rink wide. Elk River coming onside. Off to the far side. Goes to the corner. Circling around Matt Bailey. Sends it out in front for Maximenko. There's the open shot. The shot is up over the top of the goal and away. Another centering pass. Deflected near side, and the Spuds have a chance to send it down. Elk River had it right out in front, just like he'd draw it up on the board, and the shot deflected over the top of the net. Elk River rushing up. Caught, and Rob Grammer takes it back. He'll bring it out to center ice. Leaves it for Ryan Frisch. He'll skate it in. Caught and ridden nicely along. 29 seconds left in the Elk River power play. The pass left, and it escapes to the far side. They brought it in offside. Dan Heinoth carried it in ahead of the play. 23 seconds left on the Moorhead penalty. 11:16 to play, second overtime. Face off just outside the Moorhead blue line. Both teams will slow their change now when they have a chance. Every fresh breath, that much more energy. As Ryan Kraft steps in to face off against David Christensen. Then circles around to make sure everybody's in place. Puck is down and drawn back. The Spuds send it out. It bounces off to Ryan Kraft. We've got it one-on-one. The windup, the shot is blocked. Kraft will chase it in behind the net. Circling around behind. They lost the puck behind the net, and Elk River comes back with it. 10 seconds left on the power play. Pass sent rink wide. It's 2-on-2. Deflected by Pete Cullen to the far side. Picked up in the corner by Ben Stromberg. Out to the point as the Spuds come back to full strength. The shot on and wide. Off to the near side, Matt Cullen just on. Takes it along the boards. Feeds it ahead for Ryan Kraft. It bounces off his stick. At center, it's taken back by Matt Cullen. He'll move in on the right side. Circling around, ridden down from behind. He's checked into the boards. Loose puck comes to the corner near side. Out it comes, and it'll come in on goal. Gregoire will leave it for Joel Jamieson. Feeds it up along the boards. It gets past Troy Bagney and back to the line, then intercepted, now taken back. Moving in Maximenko, nearly upended. Puck squirts loose. Joel Jamieson sends it out to center, and Matt Taos goes back for Elk River to pick it up in front of his own net. We're 5 minutes into the second overtime. Rory Corton takes it back from Moorhead and dumps it into the Elk River zone. They'll try to track it down in the corner. The Elks off on the far side for Matt Bailey. The return for Matt Taos. Sends it rink wide, onto the near boards and out to center ice. Puck into the air. Jason Redfield with a big check on. And the puck stolen behind the net. Loose, where is it? Out in front. Here's Jared Bernstrom. And the Spuds have it 2-on-2. Bernstrom will move in on the near left side. He'll wind up, and the shot is deflected off to the far side by Eric Day. And along the boards. Kept in at the point. Bounced loose. Rob Grammer hustling in after it. Checked off the play. And it's taken loose by Eric Swenson. He'll come back behind his own net. Puck out in front, loose. Maximenko had it for just a moment. At the blue line. Lost control of it. Spuds take it back. Here's Josh Arnold. Stick handling loose. He'll work it in one-on-one. Bad angle shot. Moving in. Circling around the net. And it's loose, and it comes behind. Taken away by Eric Swenson. He's tied up by John Haberlack. To the far corner. Now it is Ryan Kraft. Feeds it out to the point. Rob Grammer walks in, shoots, and it's deflected off to the far side. And finally sent into the box and out of play. The Spuds bring Joel Jamieson and Rory Corton on defensively. Off the face-off to the corner. Christensen back to pick it up. And it's poked away from him. Picked up by Matt Taos. Lost it to the boards. Elk River gains it back. There's the pass ahead. It gets too far for Troy Ellefson. Joel Jamieson goes behind his own net, picks it clean, and tosses it off to the far boards. Return to the corner. Back is Rory Corton. He'll skate up with it on the near side for Troy Bagney. His backhand pass comes out to center. Then picked up by Troy Ellefson, who turns and sends it behind the Spud net. Out to center ice, the headman for Matt Cullen. Stops short, feeds it near side for Troy Bagney. He'll line it up and send a shot wide. Got all the way through to the corner far side. Out to center ice it comes. Matt Cullen skating off the ice, lets it get past him, and it's carried into the corner. Centering pass knocked loose by Rory Corton, and the Spuds come back with it. They skate down. It is one-on-one. Here comes Ryan Kraft in the slot. The shot, the rebound, the kick out on the near side. All the way to center ice. Picked off by Pete Cullen. Rink wide pass, it put into the air, and it bounces into the far corner. 7:40 to go. We're halfway through our second overtime. To the point. Into the air. Loose. Pete Cullen reaches back, pulls it down, shoots right on. Eric Day save. Face-off will be to the right side of Eric Day. And whereas Elk River seemed to enjoy the advantage in the first overtime period, it would seem the Spuds are having that same advantage here in the second overtime. And off the face-off, gathered in at the point, sent back in. Spuds keep it in the zone. Pass behind the net. Here's Josh Arnold circling in front. He's chucked off the play, and the puck squirts loose. Backhand pass far side. Picked up by Matt Taos. Off the boards and gathered in at the blue line. Picked up by Josh Arnold. Shoots. Deflected off a defenseman into the near boards. Ryan Kraft picks it loose and has it taken away. Then Haberlack picks it up. Puts it behind the net. Looking for the centering pass. Josh Arnold back out to the point. Pete Cullen tries to trigger it in, and it hit traffic and bounces up. Pete Cullen there to take it back. Spuds keep it at the line. Here's Ryan Kraft. He'll carry it in on the wing. Then back out, circles it, sends it rink wide, walking up the slide. Here's Grammer's shot. Bounces over the top and behind the net. Off to the boards near side, finally out to center ice. And the Elk River finally gets it out of the zone and have a chance to change and bring on some fresh skaters. The Spuds catch him in the transition. Here's Pete Cullen's shot. Deflected out of play. At Cullen for the face-off. Drawn to the point. It escapes. It comes out. Here's Rich Anderson moving in on the right side. And a sliding block by Rory Corton tips it to the boards. Out it comes to center ice. Here's Matt Cullen poking it ahead. Troy Bagney. And it gets behind him. Poked away by Eric Day to the corner. And along the boards it comes. Joel Jameson comes in to keep it in the zone. Bagney picks it up. He'll work out in front. The shot out of Day. Slides across and makes the save. Oh, my. The day belongs to Eric Day. Troy Bagney had a River zone. Now, just before the puck goes down, Spuds make a complete change. The line of Josh Arnold and Ryan Kraft and John Haberlack hadn't been sitting very long. And they're quickly back onto the ice. Pete Cullen and Rob Grammer stay on defensively. Josh Arnold ready to square up. Draws the puck to the point. Pete Cullen will line it up, sends a shot on, rebound out in front. Kicked off to the near side, and Pete Cullen again sends it back in, looking for the deflection. It bounces out to the point and to center. Now Elk River comes up with it. Woody Glines circles, set, and hit the pipe! It hit the pipe, and it bounces out. Woody Glines had a wide open net, and it hit the pipe. Out to center ice. Along the boards near side, now walking in Rich Anderson. He'll try to set it up. There's a centering pass, and Gregoire is able to steer it aside. Now out in front, the shot is up over the top at whistle, stops play. David Christensen now, Jeremy Gregoire. 5.5 to go. Off the face-off, it squirts through the crease. Off the boards, it's picked up by Rory Corton. He'll feed it ahead for Matt Cullen. Gets off his stick, and they'll win overtime. Down it goes. Picked loose off the boards near side. Jameson backhands it into the zone. Matt Cullen there to pick it up. Centering pass knocked loose. And Elk River there to steer it out to center ice. On the stick of Dan Hinote. Carries it into the zone where the Spuds are waiting. Ringed around far side. Ryan Frisch on his skate. Then it's taken away by Hinote. Carries it to the corner. Leaves it for Christensen. Centering pass knocked loose. Matt Cullen comes up with it. He'll bring it out to center ice. They're not as quick as they were in the first period. He'll leave it in the corner, and the Spuds will change. 4:40 remaining. Loose puck. Kraft nearly had the open shot, but it was deflected away at the last moment, and it's rimmed off to the far side. Out at the point. Kept in. Long shot. The non-winner of this one, a loser. There could not be a loser in this game. Off the face-off. To the near side. Now Elk River brings it out to center, but the pass taken back by Pete Cullen. Pokes it off the boards. Spuds reaching in. Ryan Kraft for a moment. Then it's sent in long and to the far corner. There'll be a race for it. Swenson gets there, then Kraft gets there. Swenson back to take it away. Behind the net and bounces it off near side. Rich Anderson brings it out to center for Woody Glines. He'll carry it in on the left, looking for the drop pass, then shoot the puck on. It's picked off the side of the net by Rich Anderson of Elk River. Carries it behind the net. And Josh Arnold feeds it back out to center ice. The Elks take it back. Reggie Simons near side. Brings it along the line. Winds up the shot right in. Puck is down. Spuds gain the draw. Joel Jameson carries it behind the net. Feeds it off to the right side. And it comes out to center for Matt Cullen. He'll bring it in. Caught from behind. And it's taken away. Slid off the boards near side and back to center. Popped into the air. Now loose. Troy Bagney battling for it. Dropped it back, and it's picked up by Reggie Simons. His backhand pass into the Spud zone. 3:18 to go, second overtime. Off to the far side, here's a headman for Matt Cullen. Feeds it off from the right side. Carried in now by Ryan Frisch, and he's ridden off the play. Matt Cullen trailing, picks up the puck, feeds it off the backboards, and it's taken back by Elk River. Along the near side with 3 minutes to go in the second overtime. Elk River heads into the zone. Matt Taus on the near side, looking for the centering pass, carries it all the way, then has it taken away. Loose along the right side of the net, scrambled for, picked out and loose on the far side. Here's David Fear, takes a big check, he goes spinning around, lost his stick, and the puck comes back into the zone. It's Owen out in front, the shot, the save, the shot, the kicked off to the right side. Into the corner. Back out to the point of wind-up. The shot there. The rebound loose and swept away by Rory Corton. Off to the far side, it's picked up by Jason Redfield, and the Spuds have it 2-on-2. Here's Jared Bernstrom moving in on the left, leaves it for Josh Arnold, sends a backhand behind the net to the far corner with 2:14 to go in the second overtime. Into the far corner. Now here's Ryan Kraft moving out in front, deflected by Reggie Simons to the far corner. 2 minutes to go, second overtime. Puck comes out to center ice. It gets past Pete Cullen. He'll race for it and pick it off the back boards near side. And for Ryan Kraft. Now here's Josh Arnold. Leaves it there. And sliding across, we have an injured Spud player. It's John Haverlack, but he's on his skates and back up into the play. 1:47 to go. And here comes Elk River. A long shot put on. The rebound put on. Gregoire with 2 saves. Kicked off to the boards. Out to center it comes. 1:35 to go, second overtime. Here's Pete Cullen moving in. With a backhand shot, it's high. Looking for the upper corner, and it gets to the backboard. Rebounds out to center ice. Into the air. Into the corner left of Eric Day. 1:21 to go, second overtime. Game tied at 3. To the near side, a weak pass. Backhanded into the Spud zone. Picked up by Joel Jamieson. Fed along the boards near side. Elk River takes it back. And at the point, one time picked off Matt Cullen. Here we've got it all. Matt Cullen moving in. Moving in. He shoots. The rebound tipped out in front. Eric Day comes out and meets the challenge and kicks it back into the Moorhead zone. 1 minute to go in the second overtime. We've got a paft is on. Draws it to the corner. And it's picked up by Matt Taus. Taken back. Here comes Elk River out to center ice. We're skating 4-on-4. Near side pass, and it's deflected away. Ryan Kraft picks it up. Leaves it at center ice, and it's taken back by Elk River. Glines, shot is deflected. Bounced out, 30 seconds to go in the second overtime. Back out to center ice, it's picked up by Taus. He'll send it near side. Off it comes. Big check put on by Joel Jamieson. And the puck bounces into the Moorhead zone. Into the air, it comes down, picked off by Troy Ellefson, then leaves it near side. Haverlack had it for a moment, sends it far side where Elk River gets a stick on it and drops it into the zone. We may go into a third overtime. A rink-wide pass, a quick look at the clock, and deflected down, and yes, we are. After our second overtime period, we remain tied. It's Moorhead 3 and Elk River 3. 1:05 remaining on concurrent penalties. The Spuds gain the draw. Here's John Haverlack moving in. Shot is deflected off to the near side. And it comes out along the left boards. We start our third overtime period. There is an 8-minute session put on the board. And the Spuds take it back. Moving in on the right side. Centering pass. The deflection just wide. Josh Arnold feeding it for Ryan Kraft. And they just misfire. Out it comes to the point. Knocked back. Elks pick it up, send it out to center ice on the stick of Matt Bailey. It's 2-on-1. Moving in, the shot deflected off to the near side. Along the boards. Picked up by Ryan Kraft. He'll dump it in, and the Spuds will change with a pass going all the way to the far corner. The return pass on the near side comes to the boards. Intended for Rich Anderson, but it's poked away. And now taken back by Rob Grammer. He'll return the pass to Troy Bagney. He'll move it in. Time has expired on the penalties. Both teams. Bagney behind the net, ridden away from the play, and the puck is loose. To the corner. Out to the point. Bounced out at center ice, and it's another 2-on-1 break. Now it evens up on the pass left side. Simons lines it up from there. He'll try to walk it in, then feeds it back out to the slot. Now near side for Benji Deluge. His pass gets through to the corner where Rob Grammer is waiting for Moorhead. Along the boards. And now down. Loose there and dropped back into the Spud zone. Pete Cullen there to pick it up. He'll circle around, stick handles it out to center, feeds a pass. Gathered in by David Fear. He'll walk it up the slot, fan of the shot, misfired, carried it off to the far side. Kicked back out to center ice, and the Spuds take it back. A pass into the air. Gathered in, then knocked loose. Finally taken in by Benji Deluge. His pass into the zone taken back by Moorhead. Popped into the air and back into the Elk River zone. We're skating even now as the puck comes back to Elk River. Fed on the left side, Bailey's shot bounces out near side to the corner. Haverlack chased it down, feeds it along the boards. Josh Arnold Got past him. Now it's intercepted, and the Spuds have a 2-on-2. Arnold and Kraft moving it on the line. Arnold's shot is on. Rebound put out in front. Elks are waiting for it. Off to center ice. Then knocked back into an Elk player and down. Ryan Kraft, seeing the loose puck, comes up with it. Now it's taken away. Bounced away by Matt Bailey. Now Joel Jamieson to Moorhead. And it finally ends up in the Elk River zone. 5:16 to go, third overtime. Long pass sent out. Elk River keeps a man nearly stationary at that blue line, trying to get a long pass and a break-in goal. Behind the net, Troy Bagney feeds it along the boards. Here's Matt Cullen. He'll bring it over the line. Matt Cullen trying to turn the corner, feeds it out in front, the open net, but the pass too deep, and it goes wide to the far boards. The return pass, it's picked up by Dan Heinold. Shot, and Gregoire. Woody Glines. Matt Cullen. Elk River power play. Glines draws it back to the point. Sent rink wide, it bounces off the stick of Bailey. The shot from there, the rebound. Out in front, Glines tries to backhand it. Loose out in front, squirts loose, a battle for it, puck, no. Gregoire just able to find a handle on it, pull it in. All the cameras that are here are focused in, waiting to capture the game-winning goal. Josh Arnold steps in for Moorhead, draws it back. Joel Jamieson there rings it around. It gets through and down. Minute 35 to go on Pete Cullen's penalty as Elk River comes out of their own end. Here's Matt Bailey along the left side, dropped into the corner. Now loose behind the net, scrambled for. Kicked off to the corner near side. Elk River with a reach in. Now it's poked into the air. Bailey. Josh Arnold not on the ice. It is Rob Grammer. And the puck goes rink wide. Elk River will bring it in. On the left side, moving down. Matt Bailey puts the shot wide. Picked off by Grammer in the corner, then skates it out. Comes out to center ice. It's all the way into the zone. 1 minute left in the penalty. Behind the net, it's picked up by Matt Taus. The fans here appear to be almost as tired as the players are. At one time, they could not be sat down for the anticipation. Now, I doubt that anybody will rise until we see that final goal. We're in the third overtime. Tied at 3. Spuds break off the boards. Along the right side, here's Haberlach. Chases it to the corner, leaves it now for Ryan Kraft. The Spuds in a defensive change, so it's 2-on-4. And they quickly slow the play with a pass back out. Josh Arnold on the blue line, reaches back to keep it in to the corner. Rims around near side. Spuds making a full change. 15 seconds left on shorthand. Here's the long pass coming. And now David Christensen steps in against Matt Cullen. Puck is down. Christensen draws it back, sends it rink wide. It gets past Eric Swenson. He's able to catch up to it and drop it to the corner. Now behind the net. Out in front, the Spuds have worked off the penalty and come back to full strength. And Pete Cullen came in too quickly. Matt Cullen may be giving away. He will. Troy Bagney will step in now and handle the faceoff for Moorhead. It's the second time in this game that Matt Cullen has been relieved of his centering duties. The puck is drawn to the corner by Bagney. And the puck comes around near corner, along the boards, sent in wide, bounces off the backboards and out to the far side. Here's Ryan Frisch, bringing it out to center. He's caught, ridden off the puck. Puck is loose now. Here's Troy Bagney. He'll walk it in, works it loose, the backhand, and he misfired. He had Eric Day out of position, but just as he was able to reach down for the backhand, the puck got away from him and loose to the boards. Now just over 2 minutes remaining. Tied at 3, the head man. Too long for Matt Cullen. Bounces off the backboards. Behind the net. Off to the near side. Spuds waiting for the play to come out to center ice. Along the near right side, here's Maximenko. Backhand shot blocked in traffic. Ryan Kraft will go to the far side and pick it up. Out to center. Fent near side. Elk River keeps possession. Pass into the corner. 1:41 to go in the will stand in against Josh Arnold, 2 of the state's best. Off to the near side. Picked loose. Now Joel Jamieson will bring it out to center. Feeds it near side for Haberlach. He'll carry it in. He'll carry it down backhand. Nobody there. Elk River takes it back. The return pass comes out to center ice. And the Elks come in. Drop pass for Matt Bailey. Sends it off, and it's deflected by Rory Corton. To the far side with 1:15 to go, third overtime. Tied up in the corner. Loose. Still scrambled. Out to the point. Wind up the shot. Blocked into the air and off to the far side. Elk River keeping on the pressure. 1 minute to go in third overtime. Behind the net. Scrambled for and loose. Matt Bailey puts it back out to the point. Backhand by Matt Taus comes out to center, and it's stolen. We've got a breakaway. Ryan Kraft is caught from behind, and down he goes, and a penalty with it. There were 2 Elk River defenders catching up with Ryan Kraft. They were not about to let him go in on Eric Day alone. Puck is down, drawn to the corner. Elk River controls. Bounce pass behind the net. Spuds not putting any pressure behind the net as they wait for the loose puck to come down. They'll wait for their rush up ice. 30 seconds to go. Out it comes to center ice and through. Now near side. Return. Elk River setting up their play. It's deflected into the Moorhead bench. 22 seconds remaining, third overtime. And the puck comes into the Elk River zone. They'll circle it around. 16 and now 15 to go. Feeds it up on the left side. It'll come down. Elk River is content, I think, to let this one go into a fourth overtime. Spuds, let's see what they can do. 5 seconds remaining. Near side now 3, now 2. Josh Arnold lost the puck on his way into the zone. Reggie Simon sliding across, put a block on it, and we are headed into a puck, and it's swept by Matt Bailey into the Moorhead zone. Picked up by Pete Cullen. He'll head up on the near side. The Spuds start the fourth overtime period on the power play. Here's Matt Cullen moving in, skating around behind the net, trying to pass, pulls the trigger, keeps it in. Lost it in the corner. Troy Ellison picks it away. Now Matt Cullen comes in, and it's taken away from him by Reggie Simon. Swings it around, kept in at the point. Pete Cullen sends it on. Blocked in traffic off to the far corner. Troy Bagney there steers it back to the point, and with the glove. Rob Grammer skates to the slot, sends a shot in. It bounces off traffic over the top of the net and behind. Spuds clear it back off to the far side. The return knocked loose, and it's picked up. It floats out to center ice. The Spuds will have to come onside. And on the far side, here comes Matt Cullen. He'll bring it across the line. Gets around. Here's Rob Grammer moving in. The shot. He scores! He scores! Oh, the Moorhead Spuds have won it. What a finish. Rob Grammer with the steal of the puck on the far wing, walked in on an angle, backhanded it in past Eric Day, and the Spuds are off to the state tournament next week. It is the third time that the Spuds and Elk River have gone into overtime in the 3 games that they've played. The Spuds now grab a 2-1 advantage in this series, and they hand Elk River their first loss of the year. Final score in the fourth overtime, Moorhead 4 and Elk River 3.
2. Spuds win the game of the century 4-3.
I told Jeremy in the locker room, our goaltender, I told him I'm going to get that one back for you. And I don't know if I'm a Swami or what, but I got the game winner and it felt great.
I told Robbie after he made the giveaway there was that he's a great hockey player, and he's got to put behind him what is behind him, and he's a great offensive player, as he showed there with putting that last one in. We were very fortunate to win. Elk River has an outstanding hockey team, and they had a lot of great chances. If not for the play of Jeremy Gregoire, we wouldn't be standing here right now with a smile on our faces.
This is what we worked for all year. We knew Elk River was going to be our team, and we worked so hard to get it. We had to win it.
I mean, this is just amazing. This is a dream come true. I mean, to go into overtime and even 4 overtimes and win it. I mean, we've played them 8 times in my career and we've gone into overtime 6 times. So I wasn't really surprised about going into overtime, but winning it in overtime it's a dream come true. I mean, beat the #1 team in the state that's undefeated and you're on your way to the state tournament. I mean, it's a dream come true.